Good morning. It is Patrick and the people, and we got a big full crew in the house this morning, everybody. What is going on?
Yeah. What up?
Of course, you know Bundy from Bundy Electric and Summit Services. How are you, man?
Good. How are you?
Man, doing good, bud. Doing good. And then over here, you got Mr. Rich Rockwell.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
And then Miss Amanda from the break room right here. Everybody knows her.
Good morning.
And then we're going to have a little fun. Yeah, then there's me.
Yeah, you know.
I've just been around here. Just that guy. I just announce everybody. That's what I do. But what's going on with you, Bundy? I hadn't seen you in a minute, man. How you been, buddy?
Good, man. Just working.
Yeah, man. You guys are staying busy. It's that time of year.
Yep. Thankfully, everything's drying out. I feel like it rained for a month.
Guess what it's going to do tomorrow?
Rain.
Yeah, I think for like the next couple of days.
Yeah.
No, I've gotten most of my outside stuff done.
Have you?
Yeah. Dude, I've been working out in the woods, dude.
Why?
I was just about to ask because I saw a couple of your snaps, man. You've been running into some snakes.
Yeah, it's like on the backside of Lake Conway. Cabin for a young kid his parents are building for him. But
that's nice.
Yeah,
that's real nice
sweet.
and whatnot. That's great. He gets a cabin.
Right.
Yeah, kids like.
Sitting here like, are they looking for people to adopt it all, maybe? Or, you know.
Yeah, I know some grown-ups.
Definitely. I'm out there trying to get a foot in.
Screw the treehouse.
For sure.
Let's get a cabin.
All right.
But you've been running into some snakes?
Yeah, dude, just everything.
kind
I
of
feel
snakes?
like
I mean-
there's critters everywhere. Just
I mean, snakes are fine.
No unfriendly ones. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
speckled king snake.
Oh,
and
those are good snakes,
I
yeah.
did see a big rat snake yesterday. It was probably 6 foot long.
Yeah,
it was huge.
Yeah,
dude. It was
They
huge.
always make you double take to make sure real
Dude,
quick.
I was talking on the phone to my partner over at Summit, and it talked and was walking, and about walked right on top of me.
Oh, really?
Oh my God! Yeah, I might have.
I might need to pay attention for a minute. Yeah.
Might have pissed a little bit.
What's going on? What's going on, Brad? What's going on, little doggy?
Oh, nice.
Apparently we got the comments back on the TV today, so good job, Brandon.
We call it a monitor, man.
Oh, okay.
Folks in the business call it a
Right.
monitor.
Industry term.
Get your lingo right.
Wow.
Bundy, now let me ask you this. We were talking yesterday, and you know, I had this conversation with Laura a couple days ago, and I was like, you know, man, I've spent from the time I was a kid, you know, man, we at the end of the street it was nothing but woods, and we'd go out and we'd build forts, we'd build bike trails, right? Then you know, in the military, man,
Is that what you're supposed to do as a kid? Go into the woods and build forts?
That's some of the stuff we did anyway.
I went and smoked weed.
Well, hey, you know, if that's
One
what you
leads
did
to the
at
other.
11, good for
Choices.
you. I was still riding my bike, you know what I mean? But anyway, so in the military, you know, I've been in all kinds of woods, different places, different states. I've never in my life stumbled across a rattlesnake, and I've been everywhere.
Right.
You know, how many times have you encountered one in your life?
Dude, I just had somebody ask me this yesterday, just twice.
Twice. Even?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, where were those at?
Believe it or not, up by like the Buffalo River.
Yeah.
And they were in the middle of the road. In the middle of like a dirt road, like a 4-wheeler path road, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I didn't know the guy who asked me yesterday. I guess we have four kinds of rattlesnakes in the state.
Well, you have a timber, an eastern diamondback, western diamondback,
and then a pygmy.
A pygmy, that's the smaller one.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it doesn't get. It's only
Now,
like that big.
if you lined them up, I'm not sure. I might guess one of them right. I'm not sure.
That's what he said. He was like, "You got the eastern and the western." I was like, "I got to get a compass out to figure out what kind of snake this is." Dude. Like,
Figure out which
get close
direction the
enough to
stripes are
see.
going
Yeah.
in.
I don't like the cardinal direction ones.
No.
Left or right?
So you just so the
It's a
only
left
time you've
rattle.
ever seen one was just on the road at that point. Otherwise, you've never.
No, like walked up on one or
Right.
anything. No,
nothing
not
like
a rattlesnake.
that. No.
So I in college, because part of my degree, I'm a certified nonprofit professional, and so my minor is in nonprofit leadership, and I did an internship at the Reptile Rescue Center.
Oh, nice.
No.
She said no.
No. So, because you think Reptile Rescue Center, okay, it's like some nice facility and nice and sterile and all this stuff. No, it's like multiple pre-built sheds from like Home Depot that were in this girl's backyard.
A reptile center.
Right.
Centers. And it was
We have multiple facilities.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you know where Asher breaks off, and you can either go towards
What's up, Tim?
Rave, or you keep going towards Highway 5
Yes,
and
yes,
okay,
yes.
where it splits off right there, and they've got that little gym, that house right behind the gym. That's where it was.
Oh, really?
Yes, but it was fun.
I mean, what kind of snakes?
Any
Any kind?
and all.
kind,
Yeah, so all the snakes that people would give or get, to
Like
have this
pets
exotic
or
pet,
whatever.
yeah, and then let go or
So a
couldn't
lot
keep
of
up with.
boas, pythons, things
Yes,
like
a lot
that.
of boas, a lot of pythons, a lot of
But probably not a
big
lot of
turtles.
rattlesnakes.
I don't remember a rattlesnake, but
Yeah.
there was a beautiful, beautiful albino
Python?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and she,
Yeah.
absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
Absolutely gorgeous. I still wonder to today, like, whatever happened to them, because I know she doesn't have the nonprofit anymore, so I'm just kind of like, what?
Just kind of let
They're
them
in the
go.
river.
What happened to those?
She just opened the doors. and said,
Might
Good
be
luck
like
to you.
a nice pair of boots somewhere or something. I don't
No,
know.
that's what happened in like Florida, essentially.
No
Was
shit.
Oh, well,
all the-
that's exactly
Well, it's
right.
Florida.
That's why they have such a big problem there.
Yes.
They've got a lot of invasive species in Florida.
Yeah.
people bringing shit and letting it out.
Yeah,
and being
no, you
like,
got all these iguanas, you got monkeys, and you got
Yep.
gators, and you got damn
Fucking monkeys.
the pythons, the
Yes.
giant ass anaconda-sized
Oh,
Speaking of weird stuff in Arkansas,
Speaking
I
of
just saw
anacondas.
somebody post the little black bear in West Little Rock yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, a little bitty dude. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
No, he's cute. You start petting him.
All right.
Yeah.
Until he claws your face.
he just wants a pup cup. Just wants a pup
Yeah, but
cup.
Mama thinks you're the pup cup.
I mean, it might be. Where's a white woman when you need her? To come up there and rescue it and just
Well,
put it
everybody
in a
knows
sweater.
They are the savior of the planet.
They really are. What would you do
Without white
them?
women, what would we do? I mean,
Yeah, what would happen to all the pupils? Like, honestly, like
Right.
they would have no cute necklaces or sweaters to wear, no bows in their hair.
No Starbucks.
yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you.
no, right.
I think it had to be started by a white woman. Pup cups.
What's going on, Darren? How you doing, man?
No, for sure.
Yeah, right.
Oh, bless
Dear
it.
Gigger said, "Good morning from Memphis."
What's
today."
up, Joey? He's in Memphis today, man. He goes all over the country, man. That dude does serious work too. So he's I'm not going to put him out what he does, but it's a well above my pay grade serious business. You know what I'm saying?
I'm heading out to
Kind of like
Memphis
this
this
cat
weekend.
over here.
So, Turkey, have you ever had a snake like
Oh, I bet
come
he's-
up while you're out doing your shooting or whatever? Because you're posted up.
I bet he, hunters, I'm certain,
Yeah.
have to encounter.
Well, he said earlier he's
I've
only
not
seen
seen-
2 or 3 in all of his outdoors.
Well, that's why I
As
was
far as
saying
rattlesnake
something.
tack.
And he did?
Yeah,
Yeah.
tactical,
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Yeah, he's
It's just amazing because I know they're here.
Yeah.
I know they are.
Right.
Now I know it by Petty Gene. That's where the kid I knew that
Yep.
got bit.
Yeah.
He fell on top of it off the trail and landed on it. It bit him 3 times before he could even get up. They airlifted him to the hospital, and his mama had to drive because they couldn't put her in
Because they
the
couldn't
chop.
put-
They didn't
yeah,
have
oh my
room.
God.
wow.
Man, can you
I would
imagine
be
that? That
losing
drive
it.
right there is the
Yeah,
worst drive you ever
worst.
took in your damn
Right?
I actually saw a helicopter on the way here hovering somewhere in North Little Rock, so I was kind of searching the pages on the Facebook to see what was going on. Did you see
There's
that?
I don't know if it was a medical one. I
don't either, it was just
saw when I was actually up at the game, and I thought maybe it was just something
this
special.
was this
but
morning.
well, they've been doing a lot of National Guard training or something with
Oh,
their
have they?
helicopters.
Okay.
Because I saw it on Saturday, and then somebody else had posted about it, like, "Hey, I saw a helicopter up in Hollywood," and you said that. And yeah, that's
Man,
that's what I found out about
You know
it,
what
at least. Because I thought too, I was like, maybe there was a major accident or something somewhere, but
This probably means not jack shit to y'all, to be honest. But it did to me. It was funny because I saw an article yesterday. It said the Black Hawks are done. That
Right.
the military's done with the Black Hawk
Oh, yeah?
helicopter. They've got the replacement now, and I was just like, man,
Is
golly.
it electric?
No, damn sure isn't.
Yeah.
And it won't be.
Well, did y'all hear about the first electric airplane making its
Yeah.
first landing in New York?
No.
Yes.
Nah.
Yes, they had the
You're
first
gonna need
electric
those.
airplane.
You're gonna need those out a while before I'm getting on.
Yeah,
it.
well, I mean, it was.
I don't know about them batteries.
100% electric.
That's
wild.
That
That's
sounds
crazy.
But it only, I mean, it only flew from East Hampton to JFK. But I mean, the goal of this right now is just for short travel.
Well, yeah.
know,
yeah.
like a-
Takes
the
7,000
verticals.
batteries.
Yeah.
Just
What if a
eight-
snake gets in there?
Yeah, no doubt. So, yeah, they said they got rid of the
Black Hawk.
The Black Hawk, and
Yeah.
I was like, man, hold on, man. This was the
That's
state
like
of
an
the art.
iconic.
Yeah.
I
This has
mean,
been the state of the art go to. I'll never forget, man. I was at Fort Hood, Texas, me and my buddy. And bro, you want to talk about a weird feeling, surreal. You know, we're out. This was right. You know, we were being activated for Desert Shield, Desert Storm, all that. So they sent us before mobilizing to Fort Hood to, you know, get ready and get aligned with the artillery unit that we were teaming up with and everything. And so we were doing these field exercises to set up our equipment because we were Signal Corps. I was a node center operator, so I was an operator basically.
I got you.
And I patched the calls from, you know, the front lines to the rear line where the brass call in an airstrike or send in support or get you the hell out, whatever those messages are, right? And so we're on a little break, and me and my buddy are just standing there smoking. And if you go to Fort Hood, which is Killeen, Texas,
Yep.
they have actual canyons.
Yes.
You know, like if
right,
you, just
right.
like if you go to Arizona
Right.
or
Or
somewhere
Utah.
like that. I mean,
Yes.
they're real canyons,
Yes.
you know. And so we're probably from about twice as far as that wall from the edge of the cliff, and we're just standing there smoking a cigarette, minding our business. And I did not know that these helicopters had a silent mode on them. Let me tell you something. When that son bitch come up from the cliff wall, because the only thing we heard right before it showed up was a barely.
Right.
And I'm like, what is that, a wind? What?
Right.
We didn't even recognize what it was. And then all of a sudden, and the way that works is the turret, the gun turret, it's tied to the helmet and the visor. So whatever way his head turns is where the turret goes. Guess who he looked at? And so he goes, and I was like,
Oh my God.
oh, no.
Just drop some.
dude, I'd be dead right there.
Man, that was
That's
wild,
wild.
bro. I'm telling you, man.
That's wild.
And it was a trip, bro. I was
Right.
like, man, that's the craziest shit I ever saw.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, just
that-
imagine what they're replacing it with.
Well, I think they're using, I don't remember if they're using the Osprey or what they're using, but I'm sure it's dope.
Sounds fancy.
Yeah,
So,
it's the
do they
it's a
mean they're-
plane and chopper.
They mean they're done with them, like they're not going
They're
to
not-
produce anymore?
Yeah,
are
they're
they
not producing them, and they're decommissioning. And
Are they going to
replacing
come up
them
at like
with the new
government
ones.
surplus and
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe.
Tactical Turkey's going to buy one.
Right.
That's what I was about to
Just-
say.
Marketplace.
just saying?
You know, from the government clearance warehouse.
Well, I mean,
Oh,
you know,
you're
I
right.
have found some very interesting stuff at M&R.
No,
I don't know about y'all, but I mean, I feel like I might be getting up to that, you know, black card level of like the little swipey gets to the
That's
back.
funny, man. That's funny. That's funny.
That's all I've ever wanted.
Now, what have you ever had? We were talking also. We kind of went forward and said, have you ever had any kind of aggressive animal attack you or try to attack you?
No, thankfully.
That's good.
Yeah.
They're not counting someone you dated. Yeah.
Yeah, right. No, I walked up on that grizzly bear. I've told that story, but it stood up and turned around and took off running.
I bet when it stood up, though, you were like,
Yeah, it didn't stop standing up. It was kind of like a transition of like
Yeah,
it was
but
down on
still.
all fours, stood up, and then took off.
Yeah, but
But,
just moving up is all I need.
For sure. For sure. No, that was.
Let me tell you, my butthole's going to.
Yeah, probably about 25 yards.
Yeah.
Oh,
I just
man.
made a diamond as soon as it stood
Yeah.
up.
Also, at 6 o'clock in the morning, I don't have shoes on.
That's too early.
I haven't had a coffee yet. I just
Yeah.
let my
You
dogs
don't
out.
need coffee at that
Yeah.
point.
It woke me up. for
Yeah,
sure.
I would bet in most cases, I don't know this, but I would bet in 90% of cases, most of these, deadly animals probably go the other way when they
Right.
encounter a human. It's just sometimes
Yeah,
the wrong time.
Yeah, mostly if you walk up on one eating, or
Yeah.
there's something dead around, and
Yeah.
it's worth its way to it and
Cubs-
comes across you.
cubs maybe,
yeah, yep,
or-
cubs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, a polar bear would just eat you because.
Yeah,
It's
they just
hungry.
want to eat you.
No,
well, they're meat.
well, they
I
are,
mean,
but they're
killers.
yeah,
Like,
that's all they do.
polar bears no
How
joke.
can they be killers when they drink Coca-Cola? And they're one of the most recognizable images of Christmas.
They do want you to hold their cubs at Christmas time.
I definitely, I would boop the snoot.
Yeah.
I mean, make sure it is like out, like drink darted to the nth degree. But I want to boop the snoot.
No, they say that about polar bears, though. It's a different level of aggression. Like, it can see you
And
from
hungry.
200 yards away, and it's
Yeah.
going to
What's
beeline
up?
to you. Like,
Talking about, putting tranking animals or whatever. I saw a lady, she was in a, no,
I saw this lady get tranked. She was asking for it though.
Seriously.
saw this lady at the bar and I hit her with a blow dart. No,
Yes.
no, I
Did
saw,
she wouldn't
I saw this video and it was a lady who works for some type of marine rescue type situation or tagging or something along those lines. And they had a temporary pool they had set up that she had a great white in. And I guess they had, given it some type of
Dumb ways to die.
drink drug.
oh, man, yeah.
But it was not
Pay
asleep.
me
Right.
enough.
And she was sitting there petting it, talking, and now it was,
Was she white?
yeah. Yeah.
For sure.
You come
For
on,
sure.
man. Come on. Did you have to ask? I mean, shit, yeah, she was.
What's he doing, Snuggums? Oh, you're so pretty.
This is like a 15-foot great white. I mean, it's massive. The head on it is as big as her. I mean, it's just, and I was just like, man,
You really got to trust that sedative.
Oh,
Like,
your meds.
that
Yeah.
dude wakes up, man. That's he's probably not going to be in a good mood. Or she,
What?
Yeah.
whichever it may be.
So, I mean, we've joked before, and I know I've joked before. I shouldn't say we. I've joked before about what it takes for for certain individuals to end up in the fields that they're in. As a former exotic entertainer, I
Yeah.
understand.
Right,
What kind
right.
of led to mine. What the leads an individual be like? I just want to pet it.
I don't know. I mean, I guess if you've been under the water your whole life, maybe,
You
Right.
feel
Biologist
connected.
or-
You think
I
you're a fish,
guess.
like Mrs. Limpet.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. There are lots.
You're
of
an
jobs
old
I wouldn't
soul
do.
of a shark that
Yeah,
was, read
I'm
whatever.
an old soul too, but I don't. I mean, I'm an old soul that likes to
Yeah.
sit on the recliner.
I
The
don't-
cat.
I don't think I'd want. I mean, I'd love to see one up close, but I don't want to
Absolutely.
pet one. I don't
Yeah,
have
no,
any
even
touch
even
it.
the cages, like, I don't.
Would
It's
you do that? Would you do
crazy.
that? Hold on. Would you do
Him
that?
doing that. I can
mean,
see
Would you go
James
down
doing
in the
that.
great white cage?
I see
with
that.
you've seen those big
I
ass.
feel like maybe with the right company, like, you know what I mean, like not with the two guys in the shitty cage,
yeah.
like no,
the one
like,
that
Definitely
looks like he
looking
hadn't
at
had
those
a razor
yeah,
in
it's
12
like
years.
it was like fancy,
He's-
like
You know,
Discovery Channel was
he's
putting it on or
drunk.
something, and it was
Yeah.
insured,
Yeah.
like yeah.
Hear me out here.
No,
Okay.
I'm scared.
What if we had a place you could go to and see all these animals that you want to see
That's so
behind
wrong.
like the safety of like a glass wall or something? We
Like a
could
zoo?
even maybe call it a freaking zoo.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't
Like an aqua
zoos.
zoo?
no?
Aqua.
I feel like
We could call it.
Wait, why do you not like zoo?
An
Who doesn't
aquarium.
like the
I
zoo?
feel weird at zoos.
I
Really?
I feel like it's wrong.
I agree. I agree.
I do.
Yes.
They've come a great distance, and don't get it twisted. I think in Little Rock they've come a great ways in,
Yeah,
in
no,
the
no.
habitats they've built. But I feel like it's wrong to the
I
animal.
agree.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Now,
like,
now listen.
I get the whole like it's
50
not natural. Like,
Right.
okay, I get
Well,
that, but still.
50 years ago, I understand to some extent why they're around, because you probably would never have an opportunity otherwise in your entire life to see an animal like that. All you had was maybe an encyclopedia, or if Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom came on
Yeah.
Sunday.
Right.
You know,
Great
that's the
show.
shit you would get.
Yeah.
Right.
So you just didn't have exposure to these animals.
Right.
But now, with 24/7 everything in the internet, you can see every animal in high def, as close up as you want to see it, and all kinds of stuff. You don't need to put them in a pen that's not their habitat in real life. Now, do I understand? Look, at some point, they will go the way of the circus. For
Yeah.
the most
Yes.
part.
100%.
It will. No, it's going to happen. Because, I mean, look, you can't put a lion in an enclosure of any kind that's enough room for it to run
Right.
and do what lions do.
I mean,
right.
You know,
right.
I remember when I was a kid growing up, the lion we had at the Little Rock Zoo was that traditional, looked like the Lion
yeah.
King lion.
Yeah.
And he was in a cage that was no bigger than a train car
horrible.
tops.
Yeah.
And he just
Yeah, like
paced
this
back
road.
and forth. Yeah, he just
Yeah.
paced back and forth is all he did all the
Yeah.
time.
Yep.
And I'm like, man, look at this cat. Even as a kid, I'm like, man, I mean, he
See, it wasn't an opinion I developed until like the last 5 years. I went to a zoo and was just like, I don't like this. Like, this is, I feel weird here. Like, this
Yeah.
is, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
and I don't mean that to knock anybody
No.
or
right.
anything. You know, I
And
just think,
maybe that's it. Maybe I haven't been to a really nice
well,
zoo.
I think, listen, I think animal sanctuaries.
Yes.
Like if you have
That's
that,
what they'll turn
where-
into.
where, yeah, if you have that, where you have the big land mass and you go out and you can drive through,
Yeah.
maybe you see them, maybe you don't.
Right, and that's how
They're
Yellowstone is.
Yeah,
That's
they're living-
Yellowstone.
That's what I'm
you
saying.
know.
You know, that's good.
Millions of acres.
You don't have to see a lion today to be happy.
Right.
You know, you need to take your ass over to
Yes,
Africa and take
see
a
it.
drive.
Exactly.
And good luck.
So what about
Yeah.
like? Because I know they have one just in. I think it's in Memphis somewhere, just outside
Memphis
of Memphis.
Zoo is
But
beautiful.
well, I'm
Oh,
going there
you're
this
talking about the-
weekend.
you're
But I'm
talking
talking about the like safari
Oh,
trail.
we have a
Yes.
couple of sanctuaries here. There's
Absolutely.
one, I think, in Benton, actually.
Oh yeah.
Or there used to be at least a
I don't
big
know
cat
about the-
sanctuary.
Yeah, there is
Used to
a
be
big
one in Greenbrier, too.
Greenbrier.
Yeah, maybe so.
Safari Park.
See,
Yeah,
but I think like,
Safari
and I
Park.
understand that point that yes, it is a small enclosure, but like
Like-
I've always been, under the impression that it's cool to go to just because, especially as a kid, which
Well,
is
sure.
Right.
I'm
yeah.
doing that this weekend. I'm taking the kiddo to
We're
Memphis.
sitting here,
too.
we're
But-
sitting here shitting on zoos.
I mean, I don't
Christian's
care.
like, yeah,
I'm
this is
still
what I'm doing
going.
this weekend.
We're going. We're gonna have some fun. But like, it's also been. I mean, normally the animals that are brought into the zoo are either A, like sometimes endangered, or B, like need some rehabilitation of some sort, and they take care of the animal, and then
I mean, if it's endangered, it should be in some sort of sanctuary where it can be provided for.
Well, no,
and,
that
I
is
mean,
not
yeah.
not the case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's all.
Luke, emotional support horse zoos are not zoos. That's a care center for people to come get the equestrian love they need and crave.
Oh my!
Yeah.
What kind of equestrian love are we talking about here? Oh, that kind of.
Yeah, but anyway.
I guess I've never been to a zoo and been like, oh man, they've got it set up. They've got it nice here.
Well,
you know what I
you
mean?
know,
Like,
again, the big cats, if you look at where they are now in our zoo versus where they were, it is vastly better.
For sure.
And I know Susan and some of the people at the Little Rock Zoo, and they are great people. They're compassionate. They take very good care of the animals. It's not about how amazing they are.
Right,
Because
right.
those people do love them. They care about them.
Right.
Just like we care about our children.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is a passion in their life, but I'm saying that if I'm a giraffe,
you don't want to be.
an area the size of this building may not be suitable
Right,
for my
right,
long
right.
ass legs
Right.
to really stretch the way I want to. Okay, so I'm, I mean, you look at these monkeys. I mean, yeah, they have some cool monkey bars.
All right, right,
But
right.
I mean, if they had a whole grove of trees, it'd probably be a little better.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And you could see them from a distance, but you can turn on the TV and you can see the hair on their butthole if you want.
Yeah, right. You can do VR. You can do
You can do
VR.
all
I mean,
that,
all
man.
that.
You can do all that stuff. So
Right.
I just think I think they had a place, and I think that place is going away.
Right.
I think long term that zoos are on the back end of their lifespan.
Yeah, I think you're right.
They had to rebrand the circus because people started going, hey, these animals, they probably, maybe that bear doesn't want to ride on a giant ball and balance itself. Maybe it just wants to go be a bear somewhere.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that over time they don't develop bonds with their trainers and people, but again, they're still wild animals. How many times did you see they'd have these circus performances, and the lion all of a sudden would be eating, the person.
He's like,
in
you
the
know what? I'm tired of you hitting me with that whip.
yeah, no,
Like,
I
let me
mean,
see that.
And you're like, yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
Sorry.
100%.
I mean, you're over there standing there with a whip. I mean,
100%.
This is the king of the jungle, bitch. It's like, oh yeah, I remember. Bye.
Right, right.
And that's what happened. So they now these zoos, circuses for the most part don't have animals anymore. And it
it's
nearly
like
killed them. It has for the most part. I mean, when's the last time you remember the circus coming?
Oh, I mean, when Animal Crackers took the cage off the packaging, that was the final nail in the coffin. I feel
that
like
definitely was what changed the world.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
it was the
agree.
animal cracker sent the right message.
Right.
Hey, by the way, what's up, Jesse? What's
Still
up,
make it?
Casey Castleberry there in comments?
Oh yeah,
Just said
Casey
good
was here the
morning.
other day. Yeah. He's with the Punishers.
Yeah, yeah,
Motorcycle
yeah. Oh,
Club.
nice.
Good people, man. He was in here promoting a great event that they have coming up, I believe, this weekend on the 7th. I think
There's a lot of events going on.
There
this
are,
weekend,
man. There's a lot
You
happening.
got that. You got the Spa City Cook-Off with Michael Dampier.
Oh yeah,
Remember? That's having the steak
that's
cook-off.
this weekend.
Yep, that's happening. Yeah.
What did I read
That's
about?
a big thing, man. The steak. That's a world championship.
Yeah,
thing.
man, that's a like what was it, a $1,500 first
It's
prize?
serious business.
$1,000
Steaks
first prize.
and
Yeah.
burgers and.
And you don't have to be like a like you can just show up and register if you
No,
know
he's-
backyard steak.
I think he said that the past couple of years, or at least there was a couple of years recently, where it was a guy with like a grill and nothing else.
Yeah, just showed up. Yeah,
He
just showed up
didn't
with his
he didn't
grill
come
and
with a big
charcoal or
truck
whatever.
and all
And
that. He came up with a charcoal grill, threw a steak on it, and won it.
Hell yeah.
And that's baller.
like
Like, you can have all
Do
your
all that.
special equipment.
Yeah.
I'm just going to make the steak right here on the grill. You know, we always do. And
What did I read yesterday that Luke's going to be playing in the Brochella?
yeah, he had
Brochella?
dropped some news
Brochella.
yesterday, man. And dude, like I want to go. That's a bad.
That looks like a good lineup.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
What-
It
what are
looks
we
like a
talking about?
badass.
So here, let me look it up real quick.
Yeah, Luke, introducing Vantage Ruins at Brochella.
Yeah.
Brochella.
Brochella. It's a celebration of divorced dad rock.
Yeah, from the 90s or
divorced
something.
dad.
Yes.
Yeah,
oh,
dude, no.
it's not.
so that is like the main
Here, check it
playlist at my shop at this point in time, especially
Divorced dad
when
rock?
yes,
Yeah.
especially
Okay.
when couples come in.
I didn't know. I
A
didn't know.
tribute to divorced
we
dad
listen to
rock
Creed?
for a cause.
Yes.
Join us for a dad-approved night benefiting Child Help Tennessee on June 28th, featuring the music of Nickelback, Seether, Shinedown, Paramore, Papa Roach, Hailstorm, Creed, Avenged Sevenfold. Dude, every freaking awesome band out there, including Luke and
Nice.
Vantage Ruins, man.
Hell yeah.
I need somebody to run the shop that day because
Right.
I got a biggity bounce.
Like we need to, yeah.
Which one is this?
Can we
where-
get
where's-
here,
Can we get
No, I'm looking at
backstage
it. Where's
passes?
which location is this one?
This is
Where's it at?
Luke,
on,
tell us.
Is it at the
I don't-
the big theater? The
It says it's at Marathon Music Works.
okay.
I don't know
All
what
right.
that is.
All right. Yeah. No, that's an exciting one to be part of right there. That's cool.
That's so
Yeah.
tits.
That's going to be dope. Yeah, that'll be awesome. Brochella's a great name too.
Isn't it? though?
Yeah, I dug the name.
Yeah.
Oh my
no,
gosh!
I
I
think
mean,
you could do lots of spin-offs from that. You know.
Foo Fighters and introducing Vantage Ruins.
so is this
yeah,
Foo
you
Fighters' first performance
you could
since
have I think it's a tribute. I think it's tribute.
Okay, yeah, I got you
Like,
now. I see.
I think
see.
if you were gonna buy a ticket to all those bands
Yeah,
at one time,
it would be like-
$7,000.
Yeah.
For the door.
I just noticed that too. Yeah,
Oh,
I
it's
saw the
tributes?
fine writing. Yeah.
Yeah.
well, that's
Not
okay
that
too.
takes
I don't
anything
care.
away from it.
I don't
man.
care.
Like,
So they're tribute bands?
Yeah, well, these bands are doing tributes to all
I
of these
gotcha.
bands.
yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
That's still dope.
No,
Still
it's
dope.
dope as hell, man. It really is. It's a big,
40
it's a
pucks
big event.
VIP. Let's
Yeah,
Ooh,
it's,
I
Right.
can afford
it's a
that.
big event there. Yeah, that's a big event there for sure. Oh,
Biggest
Look at
spot
it,
in
look how
town.
pleased.
I
Look-
see-
look
I
how
see
hardcore they are.
Luke and I see Luke and Alex in the picture for Vantage Ruins. We're going to work on that, man. You look
Seriously.
frightened, Luke. You look frightened in that photo, man. Like maybe
what?
you just saw something scary. I don't know. It's just maybe you just walked up on something you're not supposed to see.
They
Your
s-
mom was with somebody. It was the neighbor, and you
Stop
were,
it.
I don't know.
They couldn't find his emotional support horse, man.
Yeah, that's what it is. He's looking for that. That's exactly what it is.
Said it's
Somebody was
the,
walking it off in the back.
said it's the biggest spot in town other than the arena.
Yeah. That's the one I thought it was.
what's up.
No, this is this particular show right here. Let me tell you why it's amazing. This is Vantage Run's first show. Okay, they're playing in the
insane.
second biggest venue
that's dope.
in the state.
Hell yeah, man.
In the state.
Hell yeah.
And this venue is a massive. I mean, it's a very, very. This is a big deal.
Right.
And if you're a band who's playing their first show, you don't get tickets like that.
No.
You don't get on tickets like that.
Right.
But because of the work they've done otherwise, and the relationships they've made, and because of the quality of what they do,
Right.
they were asked to be part of it.
Hell yeah.
So it is a much more significant thing than it might let on or just read into. It's really pretty awesome. So I'm
Is
excited
that
for
a
them.
one night thing or is that a weekend?
I don't know. I think it's a one night thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked
I'm
like it
not
was just a
sure.
one night
got you.
thing.
Yeah,
but-
I think it's just that one night. Yeah, no, I might make the trip to that one.
Right.
I'll be honest with you. I might.
Let me know,
I
man.
might want to go up to that.
I may have to ride with you.
So
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah.
That might be good to do that. Did y'all see Lulu Liquor Cakes? Did you see us?
Oh,
do
yeah. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that was dope.
If you didn't, man, go look them up. Lulu Liquor Cakes.
I was
We had them on
jealous
the
I didn't show up that morning.
I know, man. I had it set for you to try it out, man.
What's up,
You know,
Mark?
I was like, well, I guess that's more for me and
Chad.
to eat.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wendy
Chad was
has
like,
made it.
When we, hey, Wendy, when we went, he goes, you think I can take one of these home? Yeah. No,
Sure,
you take
sure.
two of them. How about that? Yeah,
They
you
didn't
take
make
two
it to the interstate.
They're pretty good, man. I'm
Yeah,
not gonna
I
lie.
bet.
They were really good. They were really good.
That was my thought. I was like, man, I'd have to be careful because I just started eating one.
Yeah.
Another, before you know it,
Man,
you
they
had
were
5
good,
and you're
too.
lit.
Yeah, no, you lit all right. 5 of them, I promise you that. Angry Elon in the SpaceX hat. Yeah, you like that? That's because I now work for them.
Oh, nice. Yeah, official employee.
It's official now. Yeah, I just took over SpaceX. I'm running it. So so we've got some work to do. We're now setting a new mission to Uranus. So
It's Uranus.
yeah, it's not. It's not. And Pluto's a planet.
Pluto is a planet.
So let's just get that right.
We have a guest here.
We have a guest where?
He's here somewhere outside.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
Oh, is it
Mr. Brad Elkins.
Brad?
yeah.
Okay, great.
Nice.
Well, hey, he's welcome to come in and have a seat until we're done with this little segment, and then we'll bring him on. Let's, while we have a second, get into some news you can use real quick.
What you got?
Let's see what we have that's of interest to you.
What's up, Latasha?
Look, this headline, like I'm going to get into this story, but I'll just read you the headline because it's hilarious to me.
gosh.
Because our prep service, they send us all kinds of stuff, you know, and they like to write for you, the way you should say it, you know. And rarely do I read it the way they write it, but it says, where Blake Lively and Taylor Swift's friendship stands now. Hey, let me tell you a subject I give a shit less about. I couldn't care less if they have any friends, to be honest with you.
Oh, come on, dude.
No,
Come on. That is top tier news.
Still, that's
Right.
top shelf. I mean, how can I?
The
go
only
through my
thing I
day
really want to know about
Hey.
is like she's got a lawsuit against her, doesn't she, Blake Lively?
against who?
Blake Lively.
Who has? Yeah,
Blake
well,
Lively
There's
has-
a-
she
there's
and
a lawsuit
Justin
against her.
Baldoni are in lawsuits against one
Okay,
another
okay.
over some type of treatment on a film. I think she's a liar.
She's a narcissist, apparently.
I think she's a liar.
I've seen a lot.
I
I've
think
watched
she's
the
a
body
mean
language
girl.
in the videos.
She's
I
a
think
mean
she is
girl.
too. I think that
I hate to say it.
Yeah.
I think Ryan Reynolds is a mean girl.
I do too.
Man,
it broke
and
my
I hate to
heart.
hear
I
that
don't
about
wanna
Ryan
think that.
Reynolds.
No,
I
but
don't
they're
want
too. They're too.
Right?
Yeah.
They've been rich and famous for too long.
No, but they're
know?
no. I don't think it's that. I just think they're shitty people.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And they've done really well at pulling shit off. They're really
know.
high level narcissists that have been charming for a long time, and now it's come out. But
I don't
anyway,
know.
so where does their friendship stand? Because I
don't
really
know.
do need to know.
So I want to know. I just want to
I'm
point
just
out
kidding.
that we started off
No,
this
stop it, Randy.
conversation
I'm trying to get out of it
with-
now.
with-
I'm trying to get out
with
of it now.
how you could care less, and
I
we
could
just
care
spent
less.
5 minutes talking about it. Like, apparently, what they put in the link worked.
It was 25 seconds, and it was
Okay.
my fault.
No, it's that.
all good.
We'll move on now.
No. Please, let's talk about it. Let's do. We're all
Rich,
on.
You are on.
We're all on pins and needles now, man. You already ripped the box open. We got to talk about it now.
Listen, chode smoker. Settle the fuck down. Yeah. You want me to tell you about the Tony Awards? Because I will.
All right. Let's hear it.
Apparently, the bromance has some cracks. Yesterday, Elon criticized Trump's tax and spend bill, called it an abomination. So, which is the big, beautiful bill, the abomination? You pick. Yeah, hey, that's a beautiful love story. Stop.
I wonder what happened there. Like, what? It seems like in the last week, he's just
I
like
don't
kind
think
of
it's
shit
that.
on
I
it.
think that's just where it is. I think that they're.
He's upset about Blake
You're gonna have to
Lively.
find out when you go to work.
Yeah, I got a meeting with him later. I'll get you the dirt on it.
Inquire.
I think it's all set up. Let's see. The Egyptian national Mohammed Solomon, who planned the attack with the flamethrower and the Molotov cocktails, planned it for a year.
Jesus.
Yeah. Now the rest of his family's involved in the investigation. He entered the U.S. on a visa in 2022. and applied for asylum, but it was expired in 2023, and he didn't renew it. But they're trying to figure out why he did what he did. All right, let's see what else is going on. Oh, this is here. Let's do some good news. A note found in the bathroom by an employee at a Jersey Mike's in Florida led authorities to rescue a woman held captive and abused by her boyfriend for months.
Nice.
Yeah, police discovered the woman with visible injuries after following the address in the note and arrested the suspect
Nice, dude.
who had a history of domestic violence. She's now safe and in recovery and medical treatment.
Good on her, dude. She was
Yeah,
smart.
smart.
She
Yep.
was
Nothing in
smart.
the
She said,
bathroom.
I'm going to get out of this shit.
And literally, she must have written a pretty good note.
Yeah.
Because you see something like that, you'd be like, I don't know.
Right.
You know, it's got to be
Totally.
one I look at and go, shit, that could be real.
Right.
Right.
Hold on a second. Let me talk to somebody about this, you know. Here's another good news story. After being diagnosed with a rare spinal chordoma, 19-year-old Carla Flores underwent a 20-hour surgery to remove 2 tumors, one of which was found by accident. Using a newly developed third nostril technique, surgeons accessed the tumor through her cheekbone and spine without having to leave external scars, and it was completely successful. Now cancer-free.
Wow.
Third nostril. I don't know what the third nostril technique is, but that is intriguing. How does that work?
I never got to use that.
Yeah, now, is that the one that I burned a hole in between?
Yeah. Is that the meth hole?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, right.
or the coke
what I'm
hole?
saying.
Because I've got.
A 73-year-old woman from Massachusetts was stopped from losing 20 grand in a Bitcoin scheme after family members called police. The scammer convinced her computer was infected, persuaded her to withdraw cash and deposit it in a Bitcoin ATM.
Wow.
Police intercepted her at the grocery store just in time
Oh, man.
to stop that. And so, man,
Dang.
Grandma was headed there to put all
Dude,
that.
I hear and shit like that. You know it happens so much.
Oh, it
Like,
does.
It
It
happens
does.
so much.
No, they got Tyler with that. They got him on that scam. You know, I guess it's been a couple of years now, where they called it. It was the most nefarious, brilliantly executed scam.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I did respect the
Right,
scam.
the hustle.
Yeah, but it was terrible because you know he's young. He don't know any better.
Yeah.
You know, he was at that time just 20. You know, and so. They call him and they tell him, hey, this is so-and-so with the bank, and we noticed that funds are you know, being pulled out of your account. Did you do this? Are you doing this? And so they coach him to pull up his account where he sees money, leave
Right.
it, you know? And so what they were doing, you can only, whatever way they got into the bank account, you can only take so much, like I maybe $1,500 or
Right,
something,
right.
before it stops it, and then the only way to get it otherwise is to get it out.
Right.
So he's watching this money go. And they're telling him about, so he's freaking out. And they're like, "Listen, you've got to get your money out now, or it's all going to be gone. You have to move it over here."
Right.
And so he moved it over to here to Cash App, and they took that. Right as soon as he moved it, they took it.
Damn it.
And it was real hard. The bank did finally, it all worked out. But at first they were pretty sketch on it.
Right.
And
Right.
they're like, and he's like, no.
All right.
And so he did end up getting his money back.
That's what's
but,
up.
Yeah.
At least they got him back. Mm-hmm. Man, they only ever and I didn't send any money, thank goodness. But they only ever got close to getting me once, and I felt like same thing. It was a very like pinpointed attack. I felt like they knew my background or something because at the time I was probably like 20. And I was in some trouble. I was like paying fines off and all that. And that was the call was, hey, you're behind on your fines, and there's about to be a warrant put out for you. And at the time I was like, shit, I have skipped out on paying some on some months. I've been late a couple of days, you know, like, and they almost got me. But I only had cash. I was 20, like, you know,
Okay, so you didn't have a card.
Nope. Drove up to the courthouse to pay, and they're like, no, we didn't call. I was like, damn, somebody called me, like threatening her,
Man,
you know.
boy, if you'd had a card, it'd have been tough.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
You'd been eating that one, man.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Seether and Daughtry teaming up for a co-headlining 2025 tour. It starts October 1st in Virginia Beach. It'll end in Fort Lauderdale in November. 24 cities. Stops in Atlanta, Dallas, Boston with also POD and Cammie Kehoe as opening acts. Seether recently released their 9th album.
I just saw a
Daughtry
video.
dropped a single, The Day I Die, in April.
I like
And-
Daughtry.
Yeah, no, Daughtry.
He had a
I think
beautiful
Daughtry's now a
voice.
band versus
Yes.
Chris
Right.
Daughtry.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know? But yeah, no, he did. You know,
I thought he should have won.
well, probably in most cases, the person that did win shouldn't have, with the
Yeah.
exception of Kelly Clarkson, I
Yeah.
guess. But you know, Daughtry, when as soon as he was out, because he went out like fourth or sixth in
Yeah.
Idol, and Fuel offered him the lead singing
Yes, I
role, and
remember
he
that.
said, "No, I'm not going to do that." And when he said that, I was like, "Are you insane,
Right? I
bro?
thought he was
Are
crazy.
you crazy? You just got off American Idol, and Fuel
All right.
is offering you their lead singer spot, and you're like, ah." He was right. I mean,
Yeah, he must have believed in himself.
did.
Yeah.
Oh,
And good for
BT
him on
Dub.
that, huh?
BT Dub.
Pod and Daughtry are the homies.
Of course they
Nice.
are. Of course they are. Yeah. So I actually saw a video or on.
God damn it, Luke.
I know, right?
I'm having breakfast with James Hetfield.
Yeah,
You
it's
stop
totally
bothering me
fine.
right now.
He calls him Jimmy.
Jimmy.
He gets to call him
Hand me a
Jimmy.
muffin, Jimmy.
Yeah. I saw a video.
These aren't the muffins the poor people get, are they?
Let them eat muffins. But it was from a Seether concert, and apparently some roadie or security or whatever kicked off one of Seether. The lead singer of Seether's 7-year-old daughter was on the stage, or like on the side of the stage or whatever, and they kicked
Booted
her
her
out, booted her out, and so it was this 2-minute. F this dude, but that's a kid,
Yeah.
all this
Oh,
stuff, and
yeah.
I was just like, see, they're still playing? That's cool. Like, I think that's awesome because I haven't seen them in so long. So,
Yeah.
anyways,
Well, that's
yeah.
interesting. Here we go.
you
A
get away
few
with
funny
that?
things. A couple who have written around 30,000 wills have some said they shared some of their unusual requests. One person left a large sum of money to their dog, but only if a specific friend cared for it and sent monthly photos to prove the dog was good. One man had trouble paying for the bill and offered to pay for it with a live crab. That's pretty funny. I do know there was a house when I lived by the river on Saline County, or on the river. There was a house just around the corner. I mean, just like I could literally throw a rock and hit it. And I was talking to my neighbor one day, and I was like, "Man, every once in a while I see the lights come on there. I never see a car. I never see
Right.
anything." He goes, You don't know about that house?" And I was like,
You're not in the loop?
"Well, I guess I don't." And he goes, "Oh, man, let me tell you this story." Okay, I'm here for it. What do you got? And he goes, "So this old lady lived there, and she has two cats, and she died. And in her will, she left the money. The house was paid for, so she set it up where the money would pay for her cats to be in that house and taken care of until they die."
Wow.
And so it was one of her family members, her daughter, who was coming by once a week
Right.
to do the feeding and to let them out, whatever it is, I guess, clean the litter
yeah.
box and all that. Otherwise, these cats live in this house by their goddamn self. And if I'm the daughter and I'm like, I'm going to poison these cats.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
This is what my mama's
Yeah.
money's being spent on.
Yeah.
I got to come over here and feed them.
no.
What are you talking about?
Mom's going to be buried with those cats.
Yeah, no, those cats. As far as I know, that them cats are still alive and
doing
they're
well.
still going by.
Right.
Over there all
I think
the
they're
time.
fixed.
Property
Yeah,
taxes
no,
paid
damn
for.
So there's not more cats.
Oh,
a
that's-
continuation.
That is a good call. Let us. I'm hearing a little bit of noise in the background here,
Just a
so
little bit.
let's go to a commercial. We'll be back. If you're looking for a vehicle, you know where to go. Fitz Auto is the place to go. Now, you can go online at fitzauto.com, or you can go in person, 8421 Stagecoach Road in Little Rock. What makes them different? What makes them special? Well, they work with you regardless of your credit history because they're their own bank. They don't have to ask anybody else. It's up to them who they work with. And they have late model, low mileage vehicles. They're going to save you money. They're going to put you in something you can be proud of. And it doesn't matter, sports car, truck, SUV, boat, RV, camper, amphibious units. They've got motorcycles, anything you could possibly want on wheels and an engine. They've got it there for you. Check them out, fitzauto.com. Start there, in there. It's where you're going to go because it's the best deal. At Botanical Alchemy Nutraceuticals, they're a veteran-owned company, and they tailor CBD recipes specifically to you. Inflammation, if you need anxiety relief, if you're trying to focus more, if you're trying to lose weight, they have a formula for you. And you know what? They'll tweak it a little bit here and there if you need to make it perfect for you. It's sublingual. You put it under your tongue, just a drop, and it's instantly effective and 80% absorbed by your body. The other CBD that you get, the gummies, the things like that, 20% absorption, not nearly what you want. And this is pharmaceutical grade. Go over to bantx.com. It's bantx.com and put in the promo code PATP25 to get 25% off. They don't just have CBD. They've got all kinds of products. They've got a lot of different hemp products. They even have CBD for your pets. Check them out. It's bantx.com, baby.
It's been a long, bitter road, winding through the sorrow, weighted down an unwelcome load to carry into tomorrow. Scavenging becomes a life skill when you can't fuel the machine. Steal, rob, maim, kill, the most dangerous are the lean. I'm not certain my vision is right, or if my eyes are committing perjury. I swear I can see the edge of a light. I thought God stopped answering queries. The darkness is laid down its arms. The sun is Galahad on the stallion. No longer blind to all the hearts and the fringe of every canyon. Even the deep ache within my belly, once roaring but now taken mute. I'm having thoughts though, warily, maybe I can pull off these boots. My toes have become unacquainted with the luxury of being warm. This road winter tainted in all its festering forms. I'm not certain my vision is right, or if my eyes are committing perjury. I swear I can see the edge of the light. I thought God stopped answering queries. The darkness is laid down its arms. The sun is Galahad on a stallion. No longer blind to all the hearts and the fringe of every canyon. Now with the robust, unearthly haste, I'm riding at a pace never seen. In this moment of light, I need to see your face, so I know it wasn't just a dream. I'm not certain my vision is right, or if my eyes are committing perjury. I swear I can see the edge of the light. I thought God stopped answering queries. The darkness is laid down its arms. The sun is Galahad on a stallion. No longer blind to all the hearts in the fringe of every canyon. In this moment of light, I need to see your face, so I know it wasn't just a dream.
Oh, yeah, we are back. We are back. What is going on? It is Patrick and the people. Listen, if you have not yet, please go over to our YouTube channel and follow us there. We're still building that up, and we'd like to have everybody on our YouTube channel. And I will challenge everybody, hey, tell a friend about the show if they're not listening. And just ask somebody today.
Absolutely.
Hell, ask somebody at the store. Doesn't matter.
Right.
Just say, did you know Angry Patrick's back? Are you watching his show?
I was asking him, like, hey, y'all remember Angry Patrick? Yeah.
And they're like, no, who's that guy? I don't know that clown. I don't know him. Let me introduce to you a new guest in the studio. Here, put the headphones on, man. You're gonna be a
Put the
professional.
cans. Put the cans on.
Yeah. All right.
There you go.
And get right to see how I'm on this mic?
Yes.
Oh, there you go, like
Gotcha.
that. This is Brad Elkins, everybody. Say hi,
Hello,
to
everybody.
Hi, Brad.
Brad, tell them about you, man.
Well, my name is Brad Elkins.
Right, to see how I am right here?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
forget.
Yeah,
If you need to adjust it at all, there's kind of.
yeah, we can.
I think it's good.
All right,
It's good. Well, I'm from Paragould originally. I live in Hot Springs. I've been there 20 years.
Yeah.
I don't know what else you want to know.
No, that's good. That's good. So you've been in Spa City for 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Now you were. I saw you the other day at the Wise Guys game. Did you have a
nice.
good time, man?
I did.
Man, it was a lot
It
of
was,
fun. Huh?
yeah, I was excited to at least be at the first game, and it looks like
Yeah.
I'm going to be at the second game. I was trying to buy a ticket for that first game, messed up, bought a ticket for the 21st game.
Yeah.
So it looks like I'm going to that one too.
Well, that's good. That's
And
good.
then I got a couple of
appreciate
free
that.
tickets
Oh, that's
for
awesome.
donating blood, so I guess I'll go to the third game.
Oh,
Nice.
Maybe I'll wait till the fourth game.
Right.
Who knows? Maybe I'll buy a ticket for another one.
Yeah. No, man,
It's just four. Might as well just go to all of them.
Right.
I think it's exciting for Hot Springs to have something like that. Hot Springs has hit a new growth spurt, adding in the casino side of Oakline and some of the other things they've been doing. And so, maybe the time is right for this team and it'll get the traction, because I'll tell you that I was super happy to see for the Wise Guys that they had almost 2,000 people sitting there. And I was
Right.
like, man, that's no small feat,
No, hell yeah, that's
particularly
cool.
in Hot Springs.
Yeah,
You know
right,
what I mean?
right.
That's a big deal. And so I'm excited to see, how this league does. I think they're doing a lot of things right. I'll say
Right.
that. A lot of things that they're doing seem to be right.
Rich, you know if they're going to offer like a season ticket?
They do
package?
already, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, you can get
What are those running? Do you
75.
know?
I think
85, I believe, is
was
what I
it?
saw. Yes.
Yeah, 80, 85 or
Dude, I'm about
something.
to snag those.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they were certainly priced right. Tasha said, "Good to see Brad in person." Yeah.
What's up,
Brad
Tasha,
is
man?
one of our regulars, and I try to tell people because they don't understand Brad, but our extended family,
Right.
because we have
Our tribe for the tribals,
Our tribe for the tribals. Yes. we have a chat where you can live chat with us during the show, as people who watch the show know. But it has its own life. And Brad is one of the members of that, and so he's always in there talking with everybody. They have their own, friendship
Ecosystem,
unit going.
yeah.
Right.
Own ecosystem's probably a good way to describe it, because it operates in conjunction with the show, but also separately.
Yeah, yeah.
They're having their own conversations. Sometimes you look at it and you're like, "What is that?" Oh, he's just talking to him.
Yeah, right.
So Little Doggy said that song made him want to punch in the air. Well, that's either good or bad.
Yeah. I don't know
I'm
if
not
that's
sure if
positive or negative.
if you're angry or whatever.
Tactical said, I believe it's his birthday this weekend.
Oh,
He
is
said,
it?
weather permitting, he's doing another range day Saturday if we want to come out.
Okay.
I'm not going to be able
I
to make it,
cannot.
but
I
yeah, I've
cannot
got a
this Saturday.
jam-packed weekend.
No, I do too.
But we'll get something
unfortunately.
scheduled for.
Definitely want to do something else. I was just telling Rich that a couple days ago that we definitely want to set up a second thing. And I think I've got some other ideas too, Andy. I want to run past you on that. But that I'm going to be talking to the whole team about some of these ideas I've got on some content stuff. And so
Nice.
I'd like to involve you in it as well, Andy, and probably some other folks, Little Doggy, Tasha, some of our staples in there that want to be, participate in some content things.
Yeah.
Right.
I've got some ideas I've been sitting on, and I'm almost ready to hatch. So
Nice.
yeah, man. Rich, what else is going on in your world today, man?
Today, man, I've got nothing. I'm just relaxing. Yesterday, dude, I think I went to sleep at like 7:30 last night. I was just done, man. I was just the whole weekend and everything caught up to me. So, but this weekend we've got Locked and Loaded with TNR coming up Saturday. That's going to be in Leachville.
Leachville.
So-
Where's Leachville?
Like what? About a 2-hour drive away?
Okay.
Maybe about an hour and a half.
It's up
Okay.
Up
northeast
near Paragould,
Arkansas.
yeah, northeast
Okay.
Arkansas.
Oh,
yeah.
Just
yeah,
south of
I got
the
you.
hill.
Okay.
I returned from the gridiron to the squared circle to announce.
Squared
so,
circle.
Yeah, there
That's
you
Dope
go.
though, Rich.
Man, it is. And then Sunday, Friday, my kid turned 7. Happy birthday, Jack Shirley.
Yeah,
Shout out
birthday.
Jackson.
So, of course, going to celebrate his birthday. And then Sunday, for his birthday, we're going to go head out to Memphis Zoo. And yeah.
Jay said, "Who does Patrick think he is breaking our fourth wall?" Yeah, I know. I'm a real a piece of shit.
Right.
Look, I think it's more than ever now. Brad, you may have heard me say this. Do you know what the average price of a car is right now? A new car.
I think it was, what was it, in the 40s?
Yeah, $49,000 is the average price of a new car. So buying a car, one of the biggest purchases most of us are going to make. New car prices averaging more than 48 grand. It says. When spending that money, you want to make sure you're getting something that's good, right? I mean, shit, that's a lot of dough, right? So this company, Consumer Reports, you've heard of them before. They do a report every year to show which brands are the most reliable. So they analyze everything to find out about the issues people have had. They analyze hundreds of thousands of surveys from people about their vehicles to come up with these answers.
Right.
So it asks about 20 potential problem areas, including engine, brake, transmission. This year, no American brands made the top 10 for reliability. Would you care to guess which American brand came in at 11th?
Sure. What you got?
Go guess. Which
Well, is Toyota American?
No.
No.
I think Honda is, though, isn't it?
No.
No?
I mean, they're made here, but technically not.
Right.
Technically not. Okay.
Chevy.
No.
No.
Rich?
All right. Wait. What was the original
Okay,
question
so
again?
no American cars made the top 10 for reliability.
Okay.
One did come in at 11th. Which brand is it?
Came in for reliability.
Yeah, number 11.
Buick.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Buick.
Yep.
Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah, I didn't think anybody would guess that.
Yeah.
People were like, Buick still made? Yeah. No,
Yeah. No, dude.
They made a curve, and somehow they pulled themselves out of the hole.
Nice.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I know I dog on my Buick out there all the time, but it's a '98 Century, dude, and I'm willing to take that thing to the mechanic and be like, look, just tell me what's wrong with
Yeah.
it and fix it because I know it's gonna go.
No, they're actually, it's a great car. Man, Buicks were big for a long ass time.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Rich was all over that. He guessed it right
Yeah,
off the
he
bat.
did.
He said,
He-
"Hey, Buicks
he
are
said-
they're very prominent in the Jewish
only
community."
said that
It's a sensible purchase.
right.
Man, I find that hard to believe. I've had two Buicks and they were both garbage.
Oh, I thought he was gonna say that I was Jewish. I was like,
My first car was a '90 Buick Skylark, and
Oh, yeah, that was trash.
man, the transmission went out, the
Yeah,
reverse
those
went
were
out. I had to make
terrible.
sure I pulled forward.
Terrible
every
year
wheel.
for that car.
yeah.
And I had a '06 Rendezvous. And,
Oh,
I
nice.
mean, right after I got that thing, the wiring harness burned up on it.
Yeah,
broke
that
down on
was
me.
right when they were making the turn, too. So, yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
Well, see, I wonder, like, it may just be maybe it's a case by case thing, because like when I traded in my old car and how I got the Buick was because that was exactly it. I was looking at something and I was like, all right, I know I need something that can take a licking and keep on sticking, for lack of a better term. Something that's going to go
Yeah.
300,000 miles or whatever.
Yeah.
That, if I miss an oil change here and there, it's not going to, just fall apart on me because I'm all over the
Yeah,
place.
yeah.
And so I decided on a Nissan Rogue because I've always heard, Nissans will go forever.
Yeah.
You can, they can fall apart and still
Yeah.
run. Okay, great. So I bought a Nissan Rogue 2 weeks after buying it. The transmission dropped off, and then that's how I got the Buick. And now, like I said, I dog on it, but dude, that Buick it's.
No, that particular model that you have, there are just some cars that are really well made, and that particular model that you have it was in that time frame.
run forever.
Yeah, no, it will. My mother-in-law had one similar. It wasn't a Buick. I'm trying to remember which it was.
And
but,
it's a smooth
but
ride.
super similar to that, and it's a great vehicle.
Yeah.
Great vehicle.
Yep.
All right, so here are the top 10 most reliable brands. Number 1, Subaru.
Okay, that makes sense.
Does anybody here own a Subaru?
No,
I
but it
got
makes
a
sense.
ton of friends that do.
Do you?
Yeah.
Are,
That
they,
seems-
are they all hippies?
All the friends I know with one live out in Montana. Like,
Yeah.
it's like a Northwest thing, you know.
No, people who love Subaru, God, they love them, man. I mean,
Yeah.
like, it's a lifestyle
Yep,
thing. It's like
100%.
Starbucks. I mean,
Yeah.
like they're married to that company. I've never seen a Subaru that was attractive to me.
Same.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard for me to spend $40,000 on a little station wagon.
Well,
And that's what it looks like to me. The Outback, it looks like a little station wagon.
My thing is
That's
always
what it is, really.
My thing always is like, you're gonna spend more than $40,000 on a vehicle. it should be a little utilitarian. Like, you know,
Yeah.
what if you're spending 40 grand on it and the tow capacity is 1,000 pounds? Like, what can you do with it? Why are you paying that much for
I
it?
don't
It's
know. I mean,
it costs probably 10 grand to make, you know, and you're.
The Outback, I guess they feel like it'll go anywhere. Maybe it will. I don't know.
Yes, but it's still pretty low to the ground. You don't have a lot of clearance. It's like you're not going too many damn places.
No.
Like, you know what I mean? And I don't have personal experience with it.
Tumbleweeds might stop you.
Yeah, right. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of, you know, I know people hate on the big trucks, but it's like that's one thing I look at where it's like, yeah, that's worth 50 grand.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
that can tow a
I
house.
can see my money in that.
Yes, yeah, I can tow a house. I can go through a river. Like, you know what I mean? It's utilitarian.
Yes. Number 2, I will vouch for because the best vehicle I've ever owned to this day, still have it, still going. It's got 250,000 miles on it. It's a Lexus.
Nice.
Yeah.
Lexus is the Toyota, you know, it's their
That's it.
superior brand. And man, mine, I think I replaced 2 parts on it the entire time I've had it, other than tires and oil changes. And
No starters.
No. No, that's the Infiniti, which is a Nissan. Number 3, Toyota.
Yeah.
No surprise.
Yeah.
Number 4, Honda.
Okay.
Honda is, you know, for a long time was known as the most reliable car.
Yeah,
If you-
for sure.
If you buy a Honda and it goes under 300,000 miles, either you got a bad one or you did something wrong.
Right. You didn't take
Right.
care of it. Which we just kind of skimmed over this. I heard Rich say it. He's like, if I miss an oil change every now and then, you know, Rich, you can't be missing your oil changes.
I know, man.
Those are important. You can't.
Well, hold on. Let me get his back a little bit. I agree with you because oil and water, the
Yeah.
2 most important things in a vehicle, right? However, having said that, you know, for years they told us, well, you need to get your oil changed every 3,000 miles.
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
it's really not. It's
No,
probably
no.
closer to 5. And now, if you're using synthetics, they'll tell you 5. It's probably closer to 7 or 8.
Right.
So you may not have killed yourself, but to your point, yes, get your oil changed.
Like, as long as you got oil in it. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Even if it's old oil, that's better than it
Then-
running
well,
dry.
yeah,
Like, you
Well,
know,
see, like a couple weeks ago, I went and checked it, and there wasn't. It obviously has an oil leak. There wasn't any oil in
Right.
it, so I put oil
Yeah,
in
that's
it, and
bad.
I was like,
Yeah.
"Well, that counts as an oil change then. That's
Right.
all brand new oil, right?"
Technically, it does. I mean,
Right.
you're changing your oil daily. It
Right,
sounds like.
yeah.
No, I had cars like that where you change the oil every day.
yeah. And that, really, a lot of old vehicles are like that. It's like there's
really
a
were.
small leak somewhere.
No,
it's seeping out.
You'd have a
somewhere,
leak
you
in
know.
the rear main normally
Yeah.
is what it was,
Yep.
and you don't want to pull the motor to seal it, so you just keep dumping oil in it because those big blocks, as long as you keep the oil in it, they'll keep going.
Right.
It's the smaller high-performance motors that if you get them out of oil, you got a real big problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're in
You
trouble.
know. Acura, number 5. I've never owned one. I
No.
always thought they were nice. That's Honda's high-end version. Mazda, they're all right.
Yeah.
I mean, again, they're right under Subaru for people who like them, really like them. The whole zoom, whatever.
Yeah.
Right. I'm not a Mazda guy. I mean, I did have an RX-7, and that was a dope-ass car.
I
But
feel like you aged yourself with the zoom. I feel like that's something people don't even know about anymore.
talking about?
That
They
used to
don't even
be.
say that?
I don't think so. You're the first I've heard say it, and you know, do they do that in the commercials anymore?
I don't know. I thought they did, man.
Like,
See how long it's been?
yeah, right.
Thanks, Bundy.
Yeah,
I
sorry.
really do appreciate
Sorry.
you, man. Audi, number 7. Number 8, BMW. I have trouble believing it.
Yeah.
Number 9, Kia. They won best service a couple years ago.
I was going to say, I've heard a lot of good things about Kia.
Kia and Hyundai is number 10.
Yeah.
They changed the game. Hyundai bought Kia, and they
I gotcha.
did the same thing to Kia that they did to Hyundai, because Hyundai was at the lowest point. You know, they had the most recalled car ever, and they licked their wounds, went back, and came out rebranded with a new warranty that nobody could compete with.
Yeah.
And it changed the car game completely. I mean, because before then, you would get I think it was a standard 2-year warranty.
Yeah.
With a vehicle, you could up it to a 3 or 4 year warranty. For a Chevy, GMC, anything like
Yeah.
that. And then Hyundai came out and said, here's what we're going to do. We're going to give you a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty on it. And like, hold on, what?
Right.
Hold on, what? You said 10 years, 100,000 miles? Okay, is this legal? Yeah, I'll tell you. I bought one because of that, and it was a good vehicle. Yeah, no, I think they are a good vehicle.
Mitchell says Chevy S10 has always been his old faithful.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know what, man?
Those
My,
S-dimes.
my dad had one of those, and he had the one with the Vortec in it.
Oh, yeah.
Man, that some bitch would go.
Yeah.
That engine was way too big for that
Right.
little
Oh, it's
truck,
so
man.
light. Yeah.
Oh, my God, man, that thing would fly, man.
What about, did y'all ever see, I think it was before the S10 came out, the Chevy Loves?
Oh, yeah.
Bro,
oh,
the
no, I had a
Chevy
buddy who
Loves.
had one
Yeah,
of those.
bro, those are dope.
Little bitty tiny
Yeah,
truck, man.
yeah.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, we got in trouble. It was he was in that truck. As a matter of fact, it said Toyota on the. Oh, it actually his was the Toyota version at the time.
Right,
but,
right.
But he had shaved it off where it just said Yoda.
Oh, yeah.
You know, YOTA. But that's when we got pulled over for drag racing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It
In the
was,
Yoda.
Yeah, he was in the Toyota, and I was in my Caprice Classic Landau.
Drag
And we were
racing.
flying down the freeway, man. And that dude, he come across the median, and of course I pulled right over, and he was about to get out of the car, and Chance kept going. My buddy, who later became a SWAT officer, he kept going, so he jumps back on to get him. So I got back on the freeway and started driving again because I thought, hey,
Yeah.
get him, go get him.
Right.
And so he got him, and he saw me, and he pulled me back over, and so he finally got us both over. And by then he was real pissed,
Yeah.
you know, and he was giving us the what's what, you know. And so when it came time for court, look, I was a broke dick. I didn't have any money.
Right.
But my buddy's mom said, well, I'm getting him an attorney. Just help him too.
Right.
And so I got lumped in, and I was like, ooh, that's nice.
Yeah.
And so we sat there and talked for a minute, and then I saw the attorney's eyes light up, and he goes, I got you. Just hold on. And so we get up there, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on. He goes,
Right.
he's interrogating, questioning the officer on the stand, you know. And he goes, so let me ask you if you don't mind, can you read on there where you pulled him over at? And he read it, and he goes, if I'm not mistaken, officer, that's out of your jurisdiction. I believe that's Benton. He goes, well, but I saw him in Bryan. He says, but that's not where you pulled him over, right? Well, yeah, he goes, and that's not your jurisdiction, right? So really what you needed to do was either call Benton or the state police, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and he goes, Your Honor, I moved to dismiss the case. Yeah. That dude was so mad.
I bet he was.
So mad. So mad,
hilarious,
bro.
though.
Yeah, but we did get out of it.
Shout out the
And we
lawyer.
were rolling, bro.
Right.
We were rolling like 105 when we
Yeah.
got pulled over, So I should have called the troopers and got you for drag racing. You didn't.
You didn't.
You should have. Yeah.
Now, have
Did you ever go back through there and catch him, and he'd just be like watching out for your car specifically?
No, I got lucky in that regard. I decided to leave Bryant for a while. I moved and said, maybe this isn't where I need to be for a little bit. Bryant was always, they were terrible. They were the worst. I don't know that it's still that way, but when I was growing up there, the main drag, Reynolds Road.
Yeah.
The speed limit was real low. When I say low, I mean it was like super low.
Yeah.
And they would pull you over for going a mile over. And they were nonstop looking for you. Hollywood stops, anything they could get you for, they'd get you for.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what a Hollywood stop when you come to a stop sign, but you don't quite stop.
Right.
That's a Hollywood stop.
That's
Roll and
interesting.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I knew of it
they
as
would
something
get you
else.
matter of fact, I remember he pulled my dad over in the S10, no doubt.
Yeah.
And he was going 1 mile over. And I was in the passenger seat. And he knew my dad, right?
Right.
He knew him. He knew him. And so at the end, he gives my dad a ticket, and he starts to make some conversation. My dad said, are you done with this? And he said, yeah. And my dad just started driving. Dude was straight. He just drove off, left me standing in the middle of the road. He was so pissed off. Yeah, he said, no, we're just going to talk.
Oh, yeah, all right. I ain't got nothing to say.
Yeah, my dad was crazy like that, though. I told you, man, one time, I told this story once, I think, before, but this is one of the funniest things that ever happened because he was crazy. We were outside at 12th and maybe 12th and Woodrow. Yeah. Because there's a liquor store on the corner. And it was probably, 9, 10 o'clock at night. It was pretty late. And we were getting ready to head back home, and we were at that light. And this guy was drunk. And he walked up. We were in a Lincoln, because my dad had a car dealership,
Right.
a used car dealership, wasn't a new dealership. And the guy walks up, he's drunk. You can smell it on him. Puts his head in the back window. Now, I'm in the back seat. My parents, of course, in the front. And so, somebody putting their head back there makes my dad real nervous.
Right,
for
right,
obvious
yeah.
reasons, right? And he goes, man, this is a nice car right here. How much is this? My dad says, listen, you need to back away from the car right now. To back up, go away. It doesn't matter how much it is. Just go on.
Right.
And he's, no. I might want to buy this, man. I like this. He said, I'm going to tell you one more time, man, to back up and get away from here. And that dude's, no, man, for real. And so my dad gets in the window, and dude was like this. In the window, he got
Oh, he
caught,
rolled it up.
and he started driving. And this dude is running beside the car like this. Hey! I'm in the back seat looking at this dude right here in the window. He's panicking for his life. My dad probably got it up to 15, 18 before he let that window down. But that dude never stuck his head in anybody else's window.
Right. He learned his lesson.
Oh, he learned a
That's
lesson.
hilarious.
All right. No, it was, he was crazy, man.
That is some old school dad.
No,
shit.
that was some old school
That is
dad.
nuts. Wow,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's why I didn't want to mess with
Right,
him. I
right.
saw how he dealt with
Oh,
grown
he's
men.
crazy.
I'm like, how am I going to compete with
Right.
that? You know what I mean?
Chad,
Did you,
rolled
did
him
you have
up.
a good? You probably had a good childhood, didn't you? You had good
I did.
parents.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah.
No, that's great, man. That's great. That's good for you. Somebody needed it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
I mean, it wasn't perfect, but
Yeah, no, I mean, sometimes your bed wasn't made for you, or breakfast wasn't exactly ready when you got
Right.
downstairs. I guess. The Atari wasn't on when you got home. In your case, the PlayStation 4, whatever it was. I don't know.
had it before they even thought of it.
What's the earliest game system you remember playing?
the Atari was the first one I remember
Come on,
playing.
man, you're not old enough to play no damn.
Yeah, I'm 47.
Are you?
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to tell everybody.
Yeah.
But okay, no, that's good. So you did experience Atari.
But the first one I
fine
ever
Atari.
owned was the NES.
The Nintendo,
Super
yeah.
Nintendo, yeah.
No, not the
No.
Super one,
Well,
the regular
NES,
one.
yeah, okay.
That's the first one I ever owned.
Yeah, then the Nintendo 64, was that after that one or before that one?
Well, you had the Super Nintendo.
Then you had the Sega.
Well, that's not Nintendo, but yes,
Oh,
Sega
okay.
Genesis.
I thought we were going in order of systems that they came out. Yeah.
Yeah, the N64, that was a good one too.
Yeah.
It was a staple.
Yeah, the Sega was, my brother had the Sega and Genesis. Yeah, he sure did. I think he played something like Castlevania or something on that one. I don't remember. Yeah.
Have you seen now they've got like just a little USB stick you can plug in the back
Yes.
of your TV and play like 10,000 games.
we-
They're
Oh,
yeah,
all
the old games,
school.
yeah.
We got
Yeah.
one of those.
Did it work good? I've been curious about it.
Man, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does exactly what you think.
That's
and we
what's up.
played with it for about 3 hours and went, okay, we're good.
Right.
It's got probably 150 games. Every arcade game from the old school.
Right.
Dig Dug, this,
Yeah,
that,
oh,
the other.
Dig Dug
They're
was the
all on
shit.
there. Yeah,
Come
they're
on,
all
dude.
on
Dig
there.
Dug was it.
And we played, matter of fact, if I can find it, I'll bring it to you.
Yeah.
I have to look and see if I can find it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it worked great. It
Right.
did just fine. Yeah.
It is funny, like you're used to like new games and just new,
Right.
new high def stuff, and you go to play Pac-Man or something. You're like, yeah, I can do it for about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? I feel
Then you
like I
lose
used to
your-
play this for hours.
The
you know,
graphics
and-
are bad. The music plays over and over again. And then every time you die, you start over.
all the way over.
Well,
Like level one.
I don't know if you caught yesterday, but we're going to have a Mario Kart tournament. Going
Oh,
on
nice.
here
No, I
at
didn't
some
hear that
point.
yesterday.
Yeah, that is going to pop off, by the way.
Is it?
I'm waiting to find out who's going to.
shit, I need to train.
Well, I need somebody with a current Wii system to help us out so they
I
can
bet I
bring it
can.
up here.
I bet I can dig one out. I don't know if it's current.
I'm wanting to play the new Mario, the Mario 8.
Will the old systems not play the new games on
No,
Wii?
no,
I got you.
no, I
yeah,
wanna
the
do
one I've got's
I want
got.
to do the new one.
10 years old.
Vorpal Byte says Asteroids and Missile Command. Yeah, those were both games I hated on Atari. Yeah, no, I was not good at either of those, but I did love
Pong?
The one. No, hell no. The one where you run Pitfall.
Oh, yeah,
it was like the
Pitfall.
Indiana Jones. Yeah, I played a lot of that on there.
I still enjoy Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
Oh, dude, yes.
I mean, I can still play
absolutely.
that today.
Absolutely.
Right now. Man, I used to put endless quarters in that.
Yeah.
Audi blow.
Yeah.
You can take Glass Joe. Pow!
Yeah.
But there was a formula to beat everybody.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you had to time it right.
No,
Figure it out.
You
Yeah.
know, but you had to do it every one of them to get to the end.
Yeah.
And it was tricky to do. It'd take a lot of quarters.
Yeah.
That's for sure, man.
Any of y'all actually ever beat Tyson?
No.
Yeah.
You
Did you?
Yeah, I did actually. Yeah, no, I did beat him. I sure did. Yeah, when I was a kid, because I put again a high number of quarters. I also scored a ridiculous amount on Galaga before.
Yeah, Galaga.
Yeah, that was my all-time favorite as a kid was Galaga.
Can we hook that up to a TV though, Latasha?
What's that?
She says they have a Nintendo Switch with Mario Kart.
Yes, that can hook up to the TV, and that could work. Does it have wheels? You need the Mario wheels. I can only.
Yeah, apparently Patrick is like this all happened like.
This is real stuff.
Like
man.
he is a master
son, this
player
is real.
gamer
I
of
gotcha.
like
So this is real shit.
yeah, like he's destroyed human souls by playing Mario
14-year-old
Kart.
Japanese girls cry.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was like, you know what? I'll take on the
Yeah,
challenge,
no, I
man. I'll
appreciate
step
it.
up.
And
to
you
it.
know what I'm probably going to do is make you beat Laura before you beat me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got to tear up.
Right. No, he just wants to come out with entrance music so he can be, like the final boss guy or whatever he
that's
enters
right.
in the
I'm
studio.
down for the
you know.
Mario Kart tournament. That's
Okay. we may set up an entire tournament here.
Yeah.
Then we might just set up a thing with a little
yeah.
Yeah.
bracket and all that.
There you go.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
You want to play the
We
big
can
boss?
stream it live, right?
You want to play the big boss? I love it. That is funny.
We can
man.
get like
That's
corporate
kinda funny.
sponsors for us as players. We'll
Man,
come
you
in
know
with,
what? That's
like
what
jump
we-
shoots.
Bro,
and-
that's what we need to do.
That's
That's exactly what we need to go find a game center.
Oh,
Or like what is it? The
Oh, like an
Game
arcade
Spot.
center. Yeah.
GameSpot. Or one of those.
GameStop.
GameStop, yeah.
Yep.
Something like that. I bet that they would have a setup that
Yeah,
they
for
would,
sure.
for some promotion would
Right.
bring over here and
That's a
let
good
us
idea.
do that.
Oh, yeah.
So if you know somebody who owns one of those kind of
Yeah,
stores,
Game Exchange or something.
or if they're still around, GameSpot, GameStop, whatever it's called, let us know. All right. Let's do a quick break here and let's see if I got something to play. I'm sure I do.
What you got?
Let's just do this one. I don't even know what it is.
That usually works out well for me.
No, well, too early and no warning for that one. So I'm going to give you this one then.
That's how we rediscovered the Doritos song.
Yeah.
Darkness is coming, nightfall be here soon. On the verge of seeing my own tragic ruin. In the pitch black ink, monsters they do seek to prey on and torment those who are weak. I'm looking for you. I need you to reach down, pull me through. Can you? Could you? Would you? Can you pull me through? So many creatures looking in all my bones. I wish there were detours, but my monsters are all homegrown. My monsters are all homegrown. Like a field full of fears, growing strong in the wild. It's time to come with me. Oh, my child, my child, my child, my sweet, sweet child. So many creatures looking to gnaw on my bones. I wish there were detours, but my monsters are all
We are back, more or less anyway. We're getting back. How about that? Everybody had to, take a break real quick.
While we were on break there, Chad Shin said, what are we needing from a game store?
Well, we just need, basically, I've got, well, no, I don't know if they'll even work. What we need is a setup for 2 people to play heads up with the new Mario Kart on this monitor right here.
Yeah.
So, you'd want a console, you'd want whatever accompanying, peripherals go with it, and then you need 2 controllers with the wheels. You got to have the wheels. You got to drive it. We're not going to toggle it. We're going to drive it, Now, I've got some wheels. I just don't know if they're compatible with the
I
the
got
newer
you. So
controllers.
you're saying you actually play with the? I got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like you're
okay,
driving the
okay.
car.
Yeah, we're not
I got
doing
you.
the
All right.
chump shit.
All right.
You
Real
want to
shit.
toggle. This is we're going to drive. Man. We going. Yeah, no, this is real. For just a sponsor or something, I stepped away. Yeah, we just need it just temporarily to do a tournament.
Well, basically, yeah, they would like loan us the equipment or something.
They can come
and
out and set it up.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
And then pick it up when they're done. When we're done, but we would do it where that probably. My guess is we would set it up for like a Saturday or Sunday, and we would do it all in one swoop. And we just have to set up, where everybody came in at a certain time to play.
Right.
Right.
Because it's 32 tracks, takes a while. To do 32. So we'd probably do 12 tracks up to the championship, and the championship would have to be the whole 32 tracks. So there's no exception, and that's about a 2-hour commitment, two and a half hours to commit
Dude,
to.
you are too.
I was gonna say he's got
You're
this
too
like
versed in
planned,
this, dude.
man.
I gotta train.
I was thinking like we were just gonna do a random track head to head. The next, you win, you go to the until you're,
Again,
there's
this is what
a
I'm trying to say. People, read Little Doggy's comment. Go ahead and read it.
You people don't understand.
That's correct. You do not understand.
Oh man.
Okay, Chad, let us know what he says, man. That'd be great. He said he knows a store owner in PB.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, otherwise, maybe you have a system at home with wheels.
Yeah, it's got to have wheels.
It does, or we'd have to order them in advance.
Well, somebody
Right.
said, let me see here. Where was it? I don't know that we want.
But
Tyler
if somebody had a Wii U, that'd be perfect with that setup. Huh?
Tyler Burnside said on Facebook that you can get the wheel set up at Walmart if we need to.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you
No,
just buy
I've
it.
got some wheels and the regular Nintendo controllers, but I don't know how that fares with the Wii U. And I
Right,
certainly
right.
know the Switch is different in the way it works. So,
Little Doggy says we'll just end up watching you and Laura play.
What happened to our monitor?
well, it could,
I don't know. It's doing something
done
weird
that a
today,
couple
man.
times.
It's
why is it doing that?
I have no
What's
idea.
going on there?
Blame Brandon.
I'm looking for why that would happen. Okay.
Governor Hot Wheels, it's his fault.
Yeah, it's surging on my computer too. I don't know why.
Is it?
Yeah, I just had it blink as well. So
Weird.
At the same time as the TV, so could be something going on there. Don't know.
Is
Don't know.
Mercury
But back to where we were, which is nowhere.
Where were we?
We're moving on. That's what we're doing. We're going to move on. Yes.
Have y'all ever heard of hamstering?
I'm sorry. What?
Is that like Richard Gere?
Yeah. So I said Dennis Quaid, but
Dennis Quaid?
Richard?
Yeah.
Gere.
No.
Did you do that too?
Richard Gere.
You all are on the wrong path
was a
already
rumor.
with
Oh,
this.
so is
Yeah,
it like a swallowing thing instead of the other?
I mean, there might be
Okay,
some
so what-
swallowing with it.
what-
Yeah.
Please enlighten me.
I'm frightened
I'm
to ask.
nervous. Yeah.
I stumbled across this yesterday. Apparently, it's a new TikTok trend, and it said, people are putting their sunroofs in danger, and I was like, what in the world is going on? So, anyways, hamstring. So even you never thought the day would come. It says where a car date just wouldn't cut it anymore, but apparently, welcome to the world of hamstring. Hamstring, or the thirsty hamster, is when one male lays down on the top of a car with the sunroof open, with it down, and the female passenger, takes care of it. So it's like a hamster,
Like, like every other, trend these kids come across, they think they started it,
yeah,
Mad
that's just called
Dog.
milking.
Yeah, exactly. Catch up.
Yeah.
Y'all never did that?
No, that's exactly.
That was
what
a wild trip to Memphis.
Yeah. First of all, who's riding on top of their car?
Thank
like
you.
that? You can get whatever you. Yeah, no. It's going to be all great till you slide off the roof and get run over with your junk out. The only thing left showing to be your junk is getting run over by a truck.
Well, I just
Dumb
think-
ways to die.
I mean, you got to think about like the covering of the windshield, the possible damage to
there's
the
just-
windshield wipers,
there's
depending
too
on what
many
direction
issues.
you're facing. And is it just moonroof? Is it sunroof? Like,
Yeah, well, this is not a good idea. I don't think.
hamstring. All
I
right.
think we're just in this process of renaming everything.
Renaming things. It's a reboot.
Yeah, it's like we're.
It's a Kevin
rebooting.
Smith reboot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Rebooting the brand.
Hoes were doing that in the 80s and 90s, bro. Y'all catch up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see, now they're not hoes; they're sex workers. So, you see what I mean?
Oh, so they're getting,
They have
they're getting
rights.
paid now.
Yeah.
Back in the day, you weren't getting paid.
No.
You're just doing it for the love of the game.
Exactly. Exactly. Respect.
Hoes always been paid. Sluts don't get paid.
Goddamn right.
There's a difference.
Hey, hey, hey. Which one has daddy issues?
Both. Yeah, different kinds of daddy.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, no, I guess we'll rebrand the name Glory Hole.
So,
What should we have to come up with a new name for that.
man, I don't
Like,
Wow.
Magical Pocket.
honestly, I don't think it.
Portal. That's
I
what we'll
don't,
call it.
I
Magic
don't even
Portal.
think
Magic
it would be that
Portal.
way anymore. I think it would just be something very innocuous at this point because it's so.
Passe.
Yeah.
It's like,
Is that what you
hole at
did?
the store? Oh, no, that's nothing, man. It's no big deal. What kind of Friday nights do you have?
Wow. Yeah. My Friday.
All right, listen to this.
Tactical asked if there's a sunroof in that blue Jeep.
The whole
Turkey, I'm concerned that you don't know how a Jeep is put together. Like, boo, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
There are
7.
many
There's
orifices on the
many,
Jeep.
many access points.
Yeah.
Many access points on the Jeep.
Speaking of your junk, the Netherlands National Museum has a new object on display that merges art with Amsterdam's infamous red light district.
Amsterdam.
It's a nice. It's a nearly 200-year-old condom, emblazoned with erotic art.
Nice.
The Rijksmuseum Museum said in a statement that the playful prophylactic, believed to be made around 1830 from a sheep's appendix, depicts playful and serious sexual health.
That's a
It's part of an
big dig.
exhibition that just opened about 19th century sex work, which had to be scary.
and
as
large
hell.
penises if you're using an appendix as a
Well, I
prophylactic.
don't know how big that appendix. The condom, possibly a
Somebody
souvenir
Google
from a
that shit.
brothel, decorated with an erotic
okay.
image of a nun and 3 clergymen.
Oh, to the
Well, that'd be very controversial.
OG heretics.
Yeah, well, that's what's up. Chicka, chicka,
People probably
meow.
died over that condom.
I like how even in 1830,
Yeah.
some dude was like,
No,
I just don't want to get her pregnant, dude.
Yeah.
Think about cutting open that sheep over there to
Just taking
prevent
its
all this.
appendix, yeah.
7.6 centimeters,
Yeah,
which
who-
is 3 inches. Never mind.
I wonder who even thought that was,
Yikes.
how they stumbled across the appendix part of it.
Right.
I guess
Man,
what
I just
were
had
you
something I
doing?
could slip over it.
maybe a butcher was sitting there and he went, you know what, I wonder if.
Exactly.
The phrase, this is my choice, is written along the sheath in French. According to the museum, this is a reference to the Renoir painting, The Judgment of Paris, which depicts the Trojan prince, Paris, judging a beauty contest. So the Trojan prince,
Yeah, on it.
I guess that's where we got the name Trojans from.
I guess, man, I guess so. I don't know.
Trojan been in the condom game for a long time.
For real.
For real.
Whatever happened to
real.
the Trojan man? Did he go over with the marble?
Dude, you ain't
Totally
seen,
forgot about
you
that.
ain't seen
guy.
Trojan Man in a minute.
No, man, that was the first time that condom commercials came on. They were using
Yeah,
that,
right.
And it was really wild because, for years you didn't see commercials about that. Now, shit, I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, you're how they interview Cardi B and Glorilla, like on mainstream things, and they're talking about using a spoon to
Love them bitches.
You get Trojan Man to come busting through like the Kool-Aid Man.
They're tits.
My favorites.
So before we went on the break before Brad came on, I was over here, or I guess during break, I was showing Bundy some of the most recent submissions to the PATP Instagram
Oh yeah.
inbox that nobody reads.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know we had that. That's cool.
Well, Patrick knows, and he still doesn't look at it. But there was a Dalmatian running around that
I know
apparently.
Brandon that he needed those
Yeah,
guys need to.
Governor
be
Hot Wheels needs to be on that. I think
he
he
needs
would
to be on
enjoy it. Well, there was this one video of a Dalmatian that had come across a toy.
Yeah, a pocket cooter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And the dog's just running around and it's just all flopping in its mouth.
That's
and just-
not embarrassing at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know there's one on TikTok that I shouldn't laugh at when I see it, but I always do, which is they took one of those and put it on the exhaust.
Muffler. Yeah.
Oh,
And
that's
so when the
awesome.
car starts, little smoke coming out, and you're just like,
Well,
I shouldn't laugh.
continuing on the trend of body parts, there was another one that I showed him, and I think I even asked you about it, but have any of you been taken out by a titty? Like, not in the throes of passion, but
Being hit with one.
yeah,
Yeah.
got smacked
As a
in the
weapon.
face.
I knew someone who could have weaponized them, but I was never the victim of that.
Well, this lady,
I was a junior in high school.
was she your PE teacher?
She was a senior.
Oh,
I was the big
don't
shit
make
at that
'em-
moment.
Yeah.
yeah,
Senior dating a
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
On top of the world.
For that moment, I was the big shit.
Well, I mean, it was a motorboat I would not have wanted to have.
Mine would
and
have
I'm
been
just
more
saying.
like the Titanic boats. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
she had backaches.
Yeah, them knockers, huh?
You did. They were full on like gazongas.
Yeah, Gazongas. That's another good one.
Yeah.
Stop talking about the lunch lady that way, Patrick.
Tune in Tokyo.
Just put on that hairnet. All kinds of things are possible.
Popsicle?
He said senior. He left out the senior citizen part of that.
right.
You know,
Hey, old girls need love too.
Yeah. See Bill Belichick.
Dude, that whole thing kills
That is
me. I
just
cannot
so
believe that.
uncomfortable.
Dude, I
can't
saw a
watch
picture.
it.
This was like a few days ago, but I saw a picture of him and
Makes us all
her, and it was
nervous.
like a quote where he was like, "I love that she loves me for my smile or whatever." And
No,
I
she
finally
doesn't.
saw the picture of him, and I was like,
No, she doesn't.
"Dude, no. Like, lie to yourself all you want, but dude, no."
Has anybody taken him in for testing?
Right.
Like, I'm gonna need
He doesn't
a
give a
mental
shit.
faculties.
No.
I know he doesn't give a shit. I just hope there's a really good contract. You know, because if I was
Oh.
one of his kids, I'd be pissed.
Listen, this is definitely in her mind a business deal.
Duh.
You know, now she may tell him otherwise.
Right.
But this is definitely you're either looking for the come up or you're looking to
I think that's what she's looking for at the
Yeah.
very least.
They're both looking for come ups. It's just two different ones. It's spelled differently. There's some different vowels.
yeah, but or she's waiting for him to die.
No, I feel like she's like slowly poisoning him,
I
so he'll
agree.
die sooner. Yeah.
I agree. Y'all need to be checking his urine.
Yeah, he's got kids in their
It's like-
40s.
But my thing is, look, I know that she's of age. I get it.
course.
But if when you were born, when she was born, you were 50. I think maybe you
It's
shouldn't.
weird. It's weird,
It's
dude.
weird.
It is, yeah.
It's beyond weird. It's pedo.
And
Gross.
she's
Thank
what,
you.
24?
Yeah.
I can't talk to a 24-year-old. I get annoyed at
Man,
that.
look, it's not.
What are y'all talking about?
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Come on, man. Look, you were 50 years old when she was born.
That's
bro.
just gross.
You understand? You were 50 years old when she was born,
gross.
and you think that's not weird?
No, it's 100% weird.
Yeah, that's real weird
Yeah.
to me, man.
I've been waiting for us to move the line of adulthood. We have like 21 as the age, and it's just like I feel like I don't know. I'm 33 and I still feel like a kid. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Well, as you know what, and I don't like using age,
I
but
thought you were going a different way with that, as far as like consent, shit like that, and everything. I was like, I think that's not about the state.
But as a reference point, as you get older, you start to see things differently, and you see young people differently, especially if you have kids that age.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
So if you're my son's age, 23, 24, to me, you're still a baby.
Yeah. Still a
Okay,
child.
and I don't
Yes,
mean that. I
unformed.
don't mean that in a derogatory way. I don't mean that you're dumb. I don't mean
Yeah,
you can't think.
no.
I just mean you're still forming who you are as a
Yeah.
human.
Right.
100%.
You're not, you know.
This old standard we have.
No business, I have no
26.
business messing with you. All I'm going to do is screw up your head.
Right. Right.
Now, I will admit it'd be the best you ever. I mean, no, I mean, that's
Sure.
not
Sure.
the point.
Sure.
You be
Not the
ruined.
point.
Ruined.
Yeah, no, you'd never. I can't date young guys anymore. But that's not the point. Stop.
Well, she's got to learn somehow. Right?
Look, and I know, I get it. She's legal, or I understand. But is legal the only thing you think about?
It's
What's
odd.
legal
If
to do?
legal,
Yeah, sure.
Okay, well, you
is the
might
only thing
legally
you're
be able to
thinking
fleece an
about?
old lady out of some mortgage money, but that don't make it right.
Yeah, it's wrong. It's still wrong.
I don't know.
if,
You're not hearing no disagreements from me,
If
man.
legal-
No,
is the
I'm
bare
gonna be like,
minimum.
I'm just gonna be real.
No, I'm just chilling. I'm
Down with 22.
So-
Yeah. No, if you ask me, like, I love it because I hate Bill Belichick, and I just feel like this has helped taint his his. I feel like he was just seen as such an upstanding, and I'm sure he still is, but there's a
Honestly,
weirdness
I-
to it.
There's
I
some
feel like
kind-
it may humanize him more because there's
Yeah.
this level of like this pitiful old man being taken.
No,
advantage of.
there's no
There is
feeling
some
pitiful
folks,
for
there
it.
is
There's
some
not
folks.
one bit of me that looks at that and
Well,
goes,
If you're a New York
you.
Jets fan.
There's
Yeah.
there are some folks that are like, oh, that poor, somebody step in and help and whatever, and I'm just
No,
like,
it's
this
not
is
elder abuse. I mean,
wild.
he's complicit as he can be. I mean,
Yeah.
he knows what's going on. He just, if she's hot,
He's getting something out of the deal, clearly, but,
he's getting something that
Yeah.
he ain't been getting in a while.
Right.
You know what I mean? I mean, I don't know who he's been with before, but they ain't looked like that in a long time.
And hey, you know what? If
so-
it makes him happy, then who am I to judge? But
I-
still.
I'm
well,
gonna
a
judge.
human.
I'm gonna
being-
judge.
I'm a
I'm
human
judging.
being and I'm an American citizen. Damn it! Like it's
Look,
it's my
if-
right to judge.
if you
And
can-
Brando, I don't know if it is ethical, but I mean, as far as the saggy old balls,
If you can join,
everything else is saggy too.
if
and
you're
that's
part of
gross.
the AARP, you shouldn't
Yeah,
be dating
dude.
anyone in their 20s.
Right.
If he's
right.
got pancake titties, even if he's like working out and he's got old man pancake titties, like
Yeah,
it's
no.
just gross. I'm
No,
sorry. It's
I
not,
wondered. It's a
not
big
attractive.
challenge because he's going to be a lights on guy.
yes.
She's a lights off girl.
Right.
Bill.
She's a face down.
No, I'm saying she don't want to know what.
Right.
Exactly,
She's
face down.
imagining something else when it's all going on.
Right.
Trust me, she's in a different. She's detached from that body.
Yep.
She's just like.
There's one position
she's
when
in her
there's that
brain-
level of an
She's
age
like
gap.
Scrooge McDuck. She's in her brain counting gold coins. Bing, one,
Yeah.
3, 4. That's where she's at. She's
Right,
there.
right,
And
right.
he's
No,
like-
Daddy, don't take the
he's
pill
like-
tonight.
He's like, I'm done. Hold on. 11.
Yeah,
12.
yeah. That's why I've got the theory that she's like slowly poisoned because I think he's in fairly decent shape for his
No,
age.
I'm
Like
sure
he could
he
live another 30 years.
But
Like,
that's the other thing. Look,
Just a little extra salt on the steak
I
tonight.
kind of get it if, let's say George Clooney, okay? And even he's
Oh, yeah.
not doing that. But look, George Clooney, for his age,
Good-looking
looks
cat.
astounding.
Good-looking cat.
Right. And so, as you can kind of maybe see a chick that would fall, but not Bill Belichick.
Right.
Bill Belichick looks like a what are the dogs with all the wrinkles? You know the one I'm talking about.
Pugs or pugs?
Pugs?
No,
American
Shar-Pei.
Bulldogs?
Shar-Pei.
Oh,
Shar-Pei.
Shar-Pei. Oh, okay.
Sharpays.
He's got, all kinds of things hanging and this and that. And look, next thing,
Everything's
and
saggy.
trust me, if he stays with her much longer, he'll come out slick-faced in no time. He'll be Botoxed up.
oh yeah. Oh yeah. She's gonna
get his
fix him
goozle,
up.
Oh my God,
cut,
could
get
you
them all-
see him with the Botox
100%.
Oh, yeah.
like cheeks, those
yeah.
big
Yeah.
old filler cheeks? I can visualize that right now, and it's
You can
kinda
use Tom
scary.
Brady's guy.
Yeah.
Tom's got a great plastic surgery.
Clearly, if you think the Kardashians do, Tom Brady's got the best
Tom,
one.
dude. Yes, bro.
Yeah.
When you look at his like
Before and
draft
after.
picture, you're like, who is this smoke?
Right.
Dude? You know, like pale faced.
Yeah,
Like
fat face.
yes, dude.
Yeah. Now he looks like something that'll carve a statue out of that will.
Looks like a
2,000 years from now, they'll look at that and go, "Was that Jesus?" That's Tom Brady.
no. He looks like a Hollister model.
No, he
or
does. He
something,
looks
yeah.
like he stepped out.
Abercrombie and Fitch or something.
Yeah, I would think in his presence, you'd just be like, "Ooh,
Jesus.
I can't make
Yeah.
eye contact with you."
Right.
You are too attractive for me to look at. I can't even look on you. You know, yeah, no, he is a great surgeon for sure.
Yeah.
But you might understand, and even George Clooney's not doing that. His chick's, she's 20 years younger. Okay, fine.
Right.
Fine, 20 years. Okay. Sure. But 50 years younger?
Dude, it's
Man.
just the age gets me. Here in 24, it's like,
I don't even know. Look, I you know, you get older, you start to get spots. You know, the spots you see on old people's hands and stuff. I don't know how far
spots.
those spots go. I don't know if he looks like a leopard down there. I have no idea.
liver spotted hands off of her.
What is it?
What?
Step Brothers. Yeah.
That's the best movie.
You would come down
The
and
best.
check right now.
Yeah.
For $2,000.
Yeah.
Oh, we can't start doing that because I'll sit here and quote
Let's
Step
go.
Brothers for 2 hours.
Let's go. Let's go.
The greatest
Did you touch
comedy
my
of
drum
all
set?
time.
I love that
I'm
movie.
gonna play Moby Dick for real. You know how I know you're not watching Cops? Because Cops comes on 4.
It's such a good comedy.
Yeah, it's
So
the best.
good.
It's the best.
So
I'm
good.
watching that today. That's going to be
Yeah,
on
yeah.
all
No,
day
you,
long.
You can't beat it. I mean, it's my
can't.
Dude, I've picked up, I told you the other day, we picked up finally Righteous Gemstones.
Oh my
Oh
God,
my
dude.
God.
I love Danny McBride. He's so funny.
man!
He is.
You know, he is such an amazing artist because he's a writer.
Yeah.
And he's writing all this stuff. I mean, he wrote Vice Principals, which was going to be a movie.
That was
Vice
so
Principals
It
was
was
the best.
The first 3 episodes, it takes just a minute, but once
Yeah.
it hits, it hits.
Yeah.
And so that was
Eastbound
gonna
and
be
Down.
That was going to be a movie, Vice Principals, but they said no,
too
let's
long,
stretch it out
yeah.
to a series.
Yeah.
And they only had 2 seasons planned. But The Righteous Gemstones, Eastbound and Down. This is the end. Have you seen
Oh,
that?
dude, that's
That's
hilarious.
another one of his.
Wake up, Danny's making all the food.
He's a prolific writer,
He
man.
is so good.
Oh, he is. But
So
Walton
good.
Goggins is
Yes.
amazing as
Yes.
Uncle Baby
Yes.
Billy,
Yep.
which is the song I played
So-
yesterday.
The whole cast.
The first time I saw Walton Goggins was in Vice Principals, and we happened to have HBO at the time Vice Principals came out,
Yeah.
so we watched it like immediately, and then I hadn't seen him since, but we just finished White Lotus, picked up.
He was in White Lotus.
Yep,
yeah.
dude,
I
he is
watched
good.
him- I watched him
he's
in
a
American
phenomenal.
Hustle.
He is he's been around a long time, and
Ultra.
he's just now getting his flowers.
Yeah.
But he's a method actor, and he says as much. I watched an interview with him. He goes, "Look, I'm going to be honest. Sometimes people don't like me on the set."
Yeah.
He said because, for example, in maybe was it Vice Principals or what? No, it was White Lotus. He said in White Lotus, you know,
I thought that was
the
an interesting
character-
role
it
for him.
was.
It wasn't comedic at
that
all.
character, he said, spends a lot of time alone, a lot of time in his head, and that's how I wanted to be.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't talking to people. I wasn't coming around. I wasn't hanging out.
Right.
I'm just over in my own head in this character space. But he said he plays all his like Christian Bale or Heath Ledger. You know, he gets into that method,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and he that is who he is during the set.
Right.
There's no Walton.
Right,
Walton
right.
doesn't exist
Yeah.
anymore.
No, I bet
you know,
they-
same with Christian Bale. Christian Bell didn't exist.
Right.
I'm either Bruce Wayne or I'm Batman.
Yeah.
You pick one. And that's what
Yeah,
you're
I'm not
gonna-
Christian
Yeah,
Bale.
there's no Christian Bell. You know, and so yeah, he's an amazing actor. The best lines in the whole show are the damn sister.
Oh yeah,
Judy.
dude, she's hilarious.
Oh
dude.
my God,
She's funny.
man, she's so good.
The show's hilarious.
Just everybody.
so
I mean, you got John Goodman.
Yeah.
You got all these great actors.
Yeah,
in
John
it.
Goodman makes
Sean
it being
William
the
Scott
dad.
shows up in the last season.
Okay,
Yes.
nice.
Maybe even the next to last. And I hadn't seen him in a
Adam.
while.
Adam.
Oh, Adam Devine.
Yeah,
yeah,
Devine, yeah.
from Workaholics and
Yeah.
a lot of other things.
Hilarious.
And I like that dude a lot.
Hilarious.
Yeah, and even the ancillary cast members are all phenomenal. I mean, everybody's so good in it. You know. So,
Oh, actually, Walton Goggins was in. I was trying to think of the name.
was in
the Hateful Eight, the Quentin
oh
Tarantino.
yeah, he
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been in a lot of things.
He
Man.
was in American Ultra, which is a.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah.
Have you seen that?
Steinberg?
Okay,
Or
see, I don't. Yeah, I don't
Is it
find.
Steinberg?
I don't
Jesse
know the guy that played the guy in that other movie.
Yeah.
And Kristen Stewart.
He played
but,
Lex Luthor. Didn't he? In one?
but it was
Yeah.
like
Jesse
it's
Eisenberg.
yeah, Eisenberg. That's
Yeah.
it. It's such a wild, unknown kind of under the radar movie, but it's
pretty freaking good.
It
John
is a good
Leguizamo.
Yeah. I think the only was that
It was
chick
weird.
from Twilight.
Yeah,
in it?
Kristen Stewart.
That's
She's
the only
in it.
negative in it. Yeah.
That's all negative.
Come on.
No, man, she's terrible.
Come
man.
on.
She's
I
like
love Kristen
She's like
Stewart.
Hayden Christensen.
I love her.
He can only play one dimension. Very angry.
That is
Right,
true.
right,
That is
Like
true.
he was great as Darth Vader, but only in the angry scenes.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
as Anakin. He doesn't
Yeah.
play any other thing. There was a movie called Life as a House, which is a good one with him in it. But again, he's just an angry dude in it. And I'm like, yeah, you play that real well.
Right,
But nothing else. You're wooden
Yeah,
as
it's
hell
hard to
otherwise.
buy her as a CIA agent.
It's hard to buy
that.
her as
Like,
almost anything. She's,
I love Kristen
I just
Stewart.
watch her and I feel like my IQ starts to drop a little bit. He said he played a trans in Sons of
Yes,
Anarchy.
and that was one of his best roles.
Nice.
Yeah,
I didn't.
I haven't seen
Trans
Sons of
sex
Anarchy.
worker, yeah.
I haven't either.
Haven't
Yes,
seen that.
full
Yeah,
tits
yeah.
and everything.
But you can see everybody, Walton Goggins right now is the biggest star on the planet, probably. I mean, everybody.
Yes.
He's having that moment where everything he touches is gold.
Yeah.
Anything he does, people want.
And he was
You know.
filming White Lotus and Gemstones like at the same time. I
Yeah,
think, or right there,
yeah.
real close.
It was
together.
close
It's
together.
like-
No, he's an amazing. But if you haven't seen The Righteous Gemstones, it's about a fictional mega church family. And it is not
it's so good.
at all anything you think it would be. It probably isn't.
it's so good.
It's so unexpected. Everything that happens, and it just continues to get more and more farcical and amazing. But here's to me one of the hallmarks, the trademarks of a great writer, okay, is if you can write a show or movie where the character is oftentimes doing terrible things, bad things, but you still root for him and love him.
Right.
Breaking Bad is
Yeah.
a good example
Sopranos.
of that. The Sopranos,
Yeah.
a great example of that. Oz, another great. If you can write a character that can be insanely funny yet still somehow get you to a place where you tear up later in the show, it's like, wait a minute, it's not supposed to work that way. I'm not supposed to be this emotionally involved in this character. It's just funny, right?
Right.
But somehow you get
And
pulled in along the way.
McBride's just mannerisms and is so conducive with the character. You can't believe he's not really that guy because he
Right.
does it so natural. Like
No,
it's
he
like,
does, man.
God, you're funny, dude.
That's why I love This Is the End.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
everybody, like Michael Cera is the crazy cokehead.
Who's got my phone?
funny.
Yeah. Such a great role for him, and I'm sure it helped him to break out a little
I
bit.
love that movie. That's like a special. Everybody kind of plays themselves. Like
Yeah.
it's a good movie.
Yeah, no,
It's a good movie.
it's got a lot of great cameos in it. It was well done. You don't even mind when James Franco dies, so it's all great. No, it was a very funny movie and very dark as dark as hell.
for sure.
And Jonah Hill's funny in it too. Because
the big guy is it
what's-
Daniel? No, not Daniel Craig. That's the James Bond. Who's the big black guy in Hot Tub
Craig
Time?
Robinson.
Craig Robinson. That's
Love
it.
Craig
Bro,
Robinson.
he is funny in this. Is the end.
Man,
Like,
he
he's
is funny
hilarious.
in this. I just love that dude, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I've not seen him in anything I didn't enjoy him in.
Right.
What was he? Was he on The Office? Is that where was he on?
Did
The
he
Office?
cameo the
Was
Office?
it Office or 30 Rock?
I don't. Trying to remember, but yeah, no, he's amazing
Yeah,
in
he's
anything
funny.
he does. He's great too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's the newest star that you're digging right now?
Man, this probably isn't
Up
a
and
new guy, but it's kind of like Goggins, and he's been around, but it's starting to get some traction. Sam Rockwell.
Oh, Sam Rockwell.
love
Yeah, he
Sam
was in
Rockwell.
White Lotus.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
He's a great actor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like
He's
him
one
a
of my
lot.
favorite. He's in a movie not a lot of people have seen, Seven Psychopaths.
I haven't.
Great movie. He's got Christopher Walken in it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to. I don't think I've
saw
seen
that
one.
once. I'm going to have to watch that again.
Yeah, I love that.
Well, my wife, I thought we were on the same team, and then we weren't, which is, what the hell is it with Timothy Chalamet?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden now she's in Camp Chalamet, and I'm like, what the hell is
Yeah.
that? All these people being seduced by this kid that looks like a 12-year-old boy.
I don't think he's
Right.
that attractive. Yeah, like
I don't-
what?
what is this swag
He looks
he's
like an
got?
adolescent
What is
boy
the
or
swag that
girl.
he's got that everybody's
Or
so
they.
into? Because
Right.
I'm like,
I don't get it.
I mean, now I haven't seen Dune, but I
So?
didn't
Yeah,
like the
okay, I
first
didn't
one.
think of that one. I have seen Dune, which those I like them. I guess it's just like,
They're
man, there's something about
slow
a
and-
3-hour movie.
No,
It's
bro.
All right, it better be damn good
Yeah,
for that.
and
Even Lord of the Rings.
I saw him in
Ugh.
Wonka. Didn't like the
what?
Wonka. the
Oh,
movie.
that.
She did, and I'm like,
I did not care for that at all.
11
No,
of those.
Not care for that at
Quit.
all.
no, and I don't want a musical.
Yeah, and you know some of that comes with like a long, but I feel like they advertised it where he was really going to play a character where he was a young Gene Wilder.
Yeah.
And I don't think he like embraced that at all.
No,
You didn't see
he
Gene
didn't,
Wilder
he didn't
at all.
seem that way
No.
at all. No. Brandon said Dune was boring. Yeah. Little Doggy said watch Psychopaths last weekend.
Yeah, I'll say he does have some swagger. 'Cause we've been watching him at the Knicks games. You know, he's been sitting courtside
Yeah,
at
I
all
saw
the
him there.
Knicks games with.
And he dresses
Is he
nice.
dating one of the
Yeah,
Kardashians?
that's why he's got swagger. Because the bitch is dressing him.
Yeah.
And she's sure as shit losing it on him when he's like showing up in his, in his swagger stuff. And she's got some tight spandex thing on. She's
Right.
How do you go from what she's had to what she got now? I'm just saying.
Hey, he must have that thing on him.
He must.
got
He
that
must
thing
be
on him.
swinging.
Something must
Yeah,
be going.
yeah.
I don't know what it is. Maybe he's
It
just
must
the
be
nicest guy on the planet.
Right.
He might just be a
Just
great
a
listener.
swinging.
Just a great listener.
You know what? That might be it.
He's an active
Yes,
listener.
because that's exactly what we are all
Yeah, that's
wanting.
what it is. He's an active listener. He's compassionate.
No, I do want an active listener and
Yeah. He's a
compassionate. I also
feminist.
want a big dick.
Yeah. Oh, that's a
Sorry.
twofer. That's a twofer.
How about this? Wagering
average.
There's a wagering site, a betting site called
On his size?
Polymarket.
Yeah, Polly.
It has an interesting bet that's gone live. Would you
What?
bet on this? The return of Jesus Christ. The bet is open as we speak. It'll remain live until 11:59 p.m. December 31st.
Of this year?
Yes.
Oh man, I'm
Right
about to
now-
hop all over
Right.
that.
Right now, the
about to
betting
hop all over
market has a 3% chance he'll be here by the end of the year.
By the end of the year.
Yeah, only
Where are
3%.
they getting their
I don't know.
stats, their
I'm not
evidence?
sure. Well, I
Did
assume this is just based on the bets.
Aztecs, the
I love
I
how
think they're
anybody who thinks that if this
Scientology.
happens is going to be able to like actually claim the winnings on their bet if they win.
That's a
Like,
good point.
I mean,
if he is coming back.
hey, I got it right. He came back this year. Congratulations, you win the bet. By the way, the world just ended.
Yeah, you won't be needing the money.
Yeah, you're not going to
Right.
be needing the
But I
money.
can say I told you so.
Right, but I was right.
y'all got to stop.
What are they
with
talking
this
about?
text thread y'all got going on? They think you and I should date.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You think that's new? They've been saying that since the beginning of the show.
What?
Nice. Who said that? I didn't see that comment.
Rich and Amanda.
Oh, Rich and Amanda.
Yeah.
Maybe Rich is right for her. I don't. Hey, maybe.
No. I love you, Rich, but no.
Yeah.
Brando said, "Funny thing, gambling is a sin."
Man, you know, I'm feeling a little tired. I got to take a nap now.
Yeah. Same.
Awkward.
Yeah, we're not
Just
each other's
sit in
cup
it.
of tea.
Just
You need
bask
you
in it.
need you need a sound of a
This-
train
no,
just
this is-
derailing
I do
and
think that's
crashing.
funny, though,
and,
that, yeah, gambling is a sin. So
no,
how are
listen.
y'all...
Right, that's true.
Oh, hold on. Hey, listen. What y'all are doing right
There we go. Yeah.
Crickets?
I'm trying.
Who came up with that idea?
I don't know. I looked up and I saw it, and then I saw that. And I was
All
like,
right,
what
look.
happened? We've been on a
Either y'all smoked something that you shouldn't have or drank something. I don't know how that came to be.
Where
a
did y'all
thought,
come up
but
with that?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know.
honestly.
Where did they come up with
Yeah.
it? That's
All right,
just
y'all are the
chemistry.
y'all are the two
Chemistry.
singles. Y'all are the two
Yeah,
singles on the.
that's
Yeah.
exactly what it is.
That's
I mean,
it.
just
That's y'all's
that's
criteria.
yeah, for real. Like,
Probably so.
It's kind of like being legal as a criteria. Like,
They're the only ones eligible. Let's read.
right.
Right.
Let's pair those two together.
I'll know
Really,
damn
Trevor,
well.
doesn't
I
matter.
know Rich is a good guy. I'm a see you
Man,
next
it's like I'm not
Tuesday.
trying to shit on Rich.
Yeah, I'm not shitting on Rich over here. I'm
No,
just
not at
saying
all.
there's-
Insane, but there's,
no, bro.
no,
No, bro.
No.
We don't mesh that way, and that's okay.
Right.
Yeah. Heartbeat, but
I got divorced at the beginning. I know I am legal.
So,
I got
did y'all-
divorced at the
hey,
beginning
let me
of
ask
the
you
show,
this.
and I was,
How are you feeling about the whole R Truth release?
what?
You didn't
oh,
hear?
yeah, from WWE.
I've
I read
been
that.
I've been way too busy trying to keep a business running and a kid alive.
Right.
Please tell me what's going on.
So they did not renew our Truth contract. It was
is
up, and he
WWE
posted. Yeah, this is WWE, and he went online and was like, "Hey, thanks everybody, but I'm out." And like, even last night on Raw, the crowd hijacked the show and was like, "We want truth. We want like everybody is pissed off about it, man."
Oh, I can't
Like,
wait.
for real.
So he's going to
about
be over at
this.
AEW in about.
I mean, yeah, probably
Vapors?
something. You know, I'm sure. Yeah, vapors. Yeah, man, come
You got
come
a
hit
call
me.
You need to reach out.
We need to.
You need to
We
reach
need to
out
find
to
out.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah,
Right?
get on that. Put
I
that
mean,
on
I'm
your
sure that's,
to-do
you know-
list.
No, I mean,
No,
look,
do
it
it.
could generate
Why
a press
not?
release.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
Look. Honestly, like if that was gonna happen, we're gonna have to talk. He's probably more than what we could ever dream of affording.
but-
No, hey,
But-
don't put that in the universe.
You get our truth to say yes to the number, we'll find someone to pay the number.
Boom.
Right.
All right.
Well, then somebody will do it.
Somebody.
Yeah.
will do- Yeah.
Just
No,
put
I
your
want to
offer
know.
out there. Look, there's a baby in the window. There's a baby.
Look, now we've become the zoo animals.
And we're full circle. I'm gonna need that 725 for that baby, and the 1250 for the stroller rental, 25 for the adult. Yeah,
Yeah.
take that back, dude.
Right.
Do that. I'm intrigued. I'd like to know.
But
what-
yeah, I mean that is a great idea, absolutely. But yeah, there are a lot of up in arms
sometimes-
about it.
Sometimes companies put out offers that they don't expect someone to take because
Yeah.
it puts them out there publicity wise. So
Right.
if you were to, let's say,
Really?
generate a press release
Yeah.
saying that Vapors Championship Wrestling would like to step up to the plate and offer a long-term contract to R-Truth, you don't have to put a number in that press release. You just put it out there, and then all of a sudden somebody picks it up, and everybody's talking about VCW, and is R-Truth going there, and who is VCW?
Right.
Next thing
Right.
you know, you're getting a call, and they're like, can we interview you? And the next thing you know, VCW is,
Blown up. Right.
you know, I mean, that's how you play the game.
That is a very good point,
Is
man.
our-
That's
Shot.
Is R-Truth being released kind of like that dude with the L that was traded, Luca or Luke? What if?
Luka Doncic?
Yeah.
Uh,
Is this
no,
that big?
It is that big in the wrestling world. It's
Yeah.
not that big in the world.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, in wrestling,
Where's the
it's
decision?
significant. Yeah. Beloved.
There, it's a great.
oh, little doggy said he read yesterday
Well,
that
that's
he's
what I was
already
trying to
signed
find.
somewhere else, which
No,
very
I think-
well may
I
be.
think he's
I
saying
mean,
he's already signed with VCW.
oh yeah, man. Yeah, absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we're just keeping it under
We're just
wraps, right?
man. Way to let the cat out the bag, Patrick.
Yeah.
Jeez, I was
yeah,
trying
all
to.
right. Hey, you guys are awesome, and we're out.